internet, singing like a Broadway band. This reminds me of Rent, when I played in that pit a bit, and I heard them sing the same damn songs every night about having AIDS and things and not having much money to spend, so they'd dine and dash at restaurants. That's what the whole musical's about. And they have to sing and write a song before they die, because that's what living life is about. It's beautiful. Hey, good morning, everyone. Let's hear your Broadway hour, brought to you by Casino Guitars. It's weird to like just feel like Broadway's came back in, like, because that could have been like church music.
Yes.
Broadway music. It could have been a really good original song too by like Jonathan or Luke Bryan or Zach Bryan, or is that two people?
I like to think that I'm like a young Luke Bryan.
Or I think you're like a young worship leader.
No, my God.
At like a mega church is what I think of you like. Right, so Sudie, you can't show your rumpus to everybody.
She
this
can.
is the direction you need to face.
She can. It's live stream. She can do whatever she wants.
Well, whenever I sing my Broadway voice type thing, or my sort of faux funny one, she likes to look at me more, so it's a thing. I usually do it on the toilet only. It's a long story. Yeah. Don't worry, I'm not going to be here long. I'm preparing to leave for a music festival.
Merlefest.
Merlefest, one more time. Year 38 it feels like. And we're going to go sell some guitars and have some fun listening to bluegrass.
I'm not going to play bluegrass, don't worry.
No, yeah, I thought you were ripping. I was like, I'm going to start singing now. Hey, ha! Hey! Jonathan and I wrote a great song at Merlefest one year.
Never to be released.
It's all about your friends next door.
Never to be released.
Oh, getting so much trouble. Sean will be joining us shortly. Don't worry, he is on his way. Sean and his band, DeGauzed, had a wonderful performance last night. It was their first performance as this new band.
Yeah.
It was cool. And JP's in it. David's in it.
I was going to give a whole review throughout the
You should do it when. Stop.
I wanted to wait till Sean was here.
Yeah, wait till Sean's here.
Sean's coming.
What's their bass player's name?
Nick.
Nick is very pretty. And he plays bass really well too, but he's very pretty. I was like, he fits I was watching the whole band. Everyone except for one of them is really pretty.
Sean.
I'm not saying which one. He might be the drummer. He might be the other guitar player.
No, they're all really pretty. They're all really pretty.
It's a pretty band.
They're all aesthetically pleasing.
No, we can.
I'm saying this as a straight man.
Is this? Yeah, you're very straight.
I'm like.
No, I was watching. I was like, this is a good looking group, and like they sound okay too. I noticed that one of the members of the band was getting talked up by a girl that was not his girlfriend. Perhaps I'm not saying anything on live stream because I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but it was very, very cool to see. He doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Chad wants to know if he's prettier than David. No, he's different. David is pretty.
This guy's he's better looking, more like
He's very handsome.
He works on cars. He
works on cars. He's got a lot of tattoos. Good jawline.
He reminds me of Jax from Sons of Anarchy, kind of, but a brunette. He's like a guy that be in a motorcycle gang, but really like a good looking.
That's a good description.
Got like a vibe of that. I'm in a motorcycle. He's got sort of that walk
good description.
too.
I got a text from, or a Instagram message from Surrender that I'd like to share.
Oh, let's see.
He says, does Sean know that brunette Jesus appeared at his gig last night? It's a miracle.
Wait, who is that? Is that you?
But I didn't even realize it was me. And I was like, wait a minute, no, that guy does look like a lumberjack. Dang it! You guys won't be able to see it, but just trust me, it's very funny. It's very funny, and the way he did it is top tier. I have to show it.
The whole show, because the show.
JP, can I send it to you?
Yeah. If you send it to the shop email,
you can post it up. So I'll tell you the show. The rundown show, it was cool because it was like in an old sort of abandoned abandoned elementary school that's sort of being taken over, repurposed as something eventually. Who knows? Like a cultural center. We don't know. But my son and I were like skateboarding and riding scooters around like the whole lot before the show. And it was a bunch of teenagers, like a year or two older than my son in there, mosh pitting, listening to like sort of punk music, like this Paul Blasco band. I don't know the name of the first band. JP, what was the first band?
They were good.
Horse. I hear they were great. I missed them because I was busy skateboarding and scootering around the facilities. It was fun. And but it was cool to see like teenagers out and partying hard, and then old people like me too, like drinking beer. And like I didn't drink beer because it was a school and I felt sacrilegious doing that for some reason. But that didn't stop you. Probably did.
I had the common decency to go backstage and drink liquor.
There was no backstage.
There was behind a curtain. It was behind the curtain. You could still see through the curtain.
It's an abandoned library.
No, it's an abandoned library, but there was a curtain hung up, like a literal curtain, and you could just see all these kids doing this, just bouncing.
And my son was so confused because he was like, "Where are the books?" I'm like, "It's abandoned, son. There's no books."
There's no books. But the funny thing was, I got there and I was behind all these kids who were like seven years old, and I was like, "What is happening?" And then this kid in front of me, who I didn't know was the drummer for the band that was about to play, had on the big Jinkos and like this really skin tight tank top.
Yeah, I
and,
saw him. He was really sweet.
Hair, and I sneakily snapped a picture and sent it to my wife, and I said, "What decade have I fallen into? What is happening?"
The music was awesome.
The music was
cool.
Awesome.
I mean, I liked all of it. I liked the young band's energy. I liked the guys' like songs were great. It was cool to see it. It was neat to see in a small town like we have like a punk rock moment. It had a very different vibe than I'm used to.
Pull it up on stream.
There you go.
There's Jesus.
I need the one where Sean's overlaid on the bottom. I need him to be able to see the whole thing. Todd Roy says that's Brunette Jesus. That's an album title. I mean, hey, it's not a bad idea.
That's actually really funny.
Spark Brain says JP made it to the live stream after the show. What is Sean's excuse? Listen, Sean was stop talking about him.
Of the devil.
Stop talking about him.
Don't worry.
And we are going to talk about Billy Strings breaking his leg because that was a gnarly.
Sean, come on over here.
Oh shit, JP's got photos.
Yeah, we've been talking about the show already.
This was from Surrender already.
Surrender said absolutely not.
We're talking about which members of the band got hit on the most. I'm not saying any names. I'm not getting anybody in trouble.
Don't worry. I'll fill your memory in. Just don't worry.
I don't.
That's why I was like the dad, the chaperone.
I wasn't.
Keeping everybody straight.
I was the
Listen, boys. And then that was Baxter. Chair in the corner.
Until 11:30. If you guys are still live streaming, I'll bring him over.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
So if you guys are going like
little Donnie Rod on the stream.
We might have the head Taylor sales rep for the Southeast District, but the cool thing about him, he was the head of the entire like East Coast of Guitar Center for 30 years, like all of them.
Yes.
Like everyone that worked for Guitar Center,
he
worked for Donnie.
Prides himself on being his employee number.
Don't hate him yet.
Number 002.
Yeah,
he was number 2.
He's OG.
Yes, he's like the real deal, the second employee.
Older than dirt.
He's one of our favorite reps.
We do love Donnie Rod.
We're going to Merle Fest with him. You guys have fun. Stay on live stream as long as you want. The van's loaded. Don's going to load more, I'm sure, but that's why we have another van. I got the right box in there, too.
Yeah.
I just don't have room for our luggage.
Perfect.
We did it. Yeah, we did it.
That'd be fun. And then I got to get that sign so we can forget it again this year.
Sign still delivered.
You guys have fun. If you need me, you can't have me.
We'll never need anything.
Damn it.
Drinking behind the curtain and Tales from the Guitar Shop. I mean, we were talking about the show. I'm ready to give my rundown.
Curtain drinking is fun, dude.
It is. Curtain drinking is fun.
I've seen some of the clips. I've got some proud moments. I've got some not so proud moments. But,
Listen, it is what it is.
Let's rip on it. What's Johnny think? While I get logged in,
I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. I was impressed. Let's talk about a few things. Just throw them out there on the table. Throw them out there. This may be Sean's first show where he carried all the vocals.
Yeah.
And I thought you did a phenomenal job.
Well, thank you.
I was like, how's this going to go? Is he going to feel nervous? You probably were feeling nervous.
I'll be honest with you, and I think I can share this on the live stream now. I'm, for as nervous as I felt about other shows, I dealt with like this weird battle, like stage fright for like 2 years. This was like between the Violet Exploited now. We played the Sunrise, and I had to sing in front of a bunch of people. I don't know what it was, man. I used to, like, nothing would bother me. Like, I was like a 2 shots kind of guy, and I'm like, I'm going to go do this. We're going to kill him. At some point, though, I lost a lot of something. I don't know what it was, but I feel like I've gotten it back pretty well. I wasn't that nervous because my buddy Brian, who's in the Violet Exploit with me, called yesterday. He's like, you nervous? Are you excited? What are you thinking? I was like, it's like, honestly, I haven't even thought about it. And he said, how? And I said, well, I guess it's time I can tell you. I'm going to be a dad. And he was like, oh, shit. And I was like, yeah. So the show was amazing, and it was a ton of fun, but also I had all that. So in the back of my head, I was like, well, hell, I don't know. I gotta be double great for Little Dewey, dude.
Little Dewey Cox.
So, yeah, now you guys know that. Sorry. That's where I'm at with it, though. So nerves, not really. Performance-wise, I've got thoughts, but nerves.
Well, I mean, I know that there's going to be things that you're going to be like, oh, we could have done this better or had this hiccup there. There were little hiccups, but I don't think anyone noticed if they didn't. No, no one there noticed. But
yeah,
vocals were awesome. You did a good job stepping up, singing the mic. It was very, very full of, because it's one thing to be like, oh, no. But it was like, and that was fun. Yeah. And you guys looked like you were having fun.
Yeah.
Everything, I liked the flow of the show. He did this cool little intro thing that was like old time, almost like ragtime. And I was like, okay, that was really fun.
Yeah.
That was really, because I kind of knew it was coming. The loop thing on the Volante was badass.
Yeah. The only thing I regret about that is I came back to it at the end, and David like crushed the solo, and I kind of wish doing that. I think it almost sucked some of the air out of the room. I was like, not that there was anything wrong with it, just I was trying to do this reverse effect with it. I was like,
I get that.
The first part, I was like, sweet.
First part was
felt
great.
Good.
First part was great. I didn't even really necessarily realize you came back to it because there was a lot happening.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that was cool. David moved and looked great. I've never seen a sweaty David. Dude. Usually David is so clean and his hair is so perfectly straight.
There's a picture of David's bloody jazz master.
He did. That was kind of, because I've had shows like that where I bleed all over, I hit my finger, and that was cool. I didn't realize that at the time.
Yeah.
I saw it afterwards and I was like, well, it's yours now, I guess. Maybe it's because this woman was there, and so he was like,
I mean, he was.
I've only opened that David is a lady. She was delightful. I had not met David's lady friend. She was great. That was awesome.
Yep.
Nick, the bass player, is a delightful human being.
Dude, talk about
JP says
angel.
that he is an angel and that he's delightful, and I have now. I feel like I've been around him a little bit, but I feel like I've genuinely experienced that now.
Yeah.
I like Nick a lot. Nick looks amazing. Nick played good. I know Nick was worried. He's had the least amount of time with the songs. And when playing bass.
And playing bass.
But I listen.
You could hardly tell.
I thought he crushed it.
Yep.
I thought everybody crushed it for what first show, getting out there. Listen, let's talk about sweet JP over there. JP is a animal on the drums. And dare I say, maybe my most fun part of watching it all. Watching JP play the drums. Because JP crushed it.
The rock and roll animal, brother. Let me tell you.
And it was very clear. Is JP over there? Yeah, he's over there.
He's
it was
smiling.
Very clear that JP knew where everything was supposed to be.
Well,
he kept it on the rails.
Yes.
Because JP is allowed get after a drummer, but he's also keeping it on the rails. And I feel like maybe that's a bit of a rare combination.
What's really nice, and I think me and JP have known each other now for going on 6 years, just about. I can always count on JP for a lot, right? But especially whenever it comes to playing in a band, there's not many drummers that I've met that I know whenever I turn around and look back, that motherfucker knows what the hell's going on. And I mean, JP knows.
That's nice to be able to turn around, because I see you turn around looking and JP's like, bop, 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 and it starts the part. And everybody knew. That's what I mean, keeping everything on the rails.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of amazing. So it was really good. It was very good. The whole thing was very good. Everything looked good. It felt like a band. I feel like I was watching a band.
Yeah.
I would say overall you should count it a great success.
Hell yeah, dude. I do want to shout out the first two bands too, because I'll say there's been a lot of and I say little bands, and I always feel like that sounds derogatory or kind of shitty, and it's not. It's just knowing that all these kids are going to probably do this for a little bit, and then they're going to move into bigger things. But these bands that are just kind of popping up in our local area that happen. This is the first set of them that I've seen that I'm like, okay, they're proficient musicians, they're really good musicians, but they also have some sort of a vision for the sound that they're doing.
They do.
It's not just people running into each other.
I kind of felt like that, which was kind of nice. It was really cool. I was a little impressed. I was very impressed by that. The girl playing bass.
Amazing, dude.
Super. She was a good bass player.
I told her last night, I was like, I want to introduce you to Chelsea, who I'm sure if you guys are familiar with the shop stuff, you've probably seen Chelsea at one time or another. But I was like, I think her playing with a drummer like Chelsea for a bit, and then being able to play
would be nice.
With your thing, whenever we do something at the Sunrise, honestly, we should talk to Baxter about her for the big show in the fall. Because this girl is she's in the pocket. She was
I was very impressed. Lots of congratulations.
Thank you.
Lots of.
I know I kind of threw that grenade in there.
Baby names. Eric Clapton, Buckethead, Deesfield. I like that, actually.
I think that's it. I think Skylar will love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
call him Cream for short. TJ, have a delightful day, sir. What kind of music do y'all play? I don't know what you would describe y'all's music as. It's kind of like...
Yeah. I mean, it's like...
Post, indie, singer, songwriter, rock and roll, grunge, punk.
It's kind of all those things.
I mean, like, it kind of is a weird amalgamation, but it's cool.
If I had to condense it down to be just like in a subgenre, I'd probably say post-punk is what I'd want it to be, but a lot of people would probably argue with me. I don't think so, though.
It wants me to play an original acoustic noodling. That's all I'm doing. That's everything I'm doing. Everything is an original acoustic noodling.
Kevin said, got married and the mojo died. No, broke up my band and the mojo died. And then, funny enough, I think getting married brought the mojo back somehow, because probably since September, I've feel like I got my head on right. I was like, all right. I was like, I need to get this damn band up and going. So all winter long, I was kind of practicing, singing, playing, writing, doing a bunch of stuff. JP being here, being awesome and keeping me on track rather than being like ADHD off my ass everywhere else. So I think it's all those things. You know, I definitely feel like I got the mojo back though. And now with these shows and songs, we're gonna be recording soon.
Sean A. Brooks says hipster bullshit is what we call it.
That is correct. That is correct.
That's kind of amazing.
And JP is actually goated, kind of bonsai. You're right.
Michael says, I wanted to thank Jonathan for the slide lesson earlier this week. It was very educational. I tried, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was fun. Got some more members content coming. I've already filmed at least one more. I know there's some more in the can. So, JP, when do the members videos come out? Is it random?
It's usually Wednesday.
Wednesday. So members videos are usually coming out Wednesdays. Might even up it to more than once a week. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think we probably will.
That's right. Question from the Spark Brain. If Clapton offered to play a gig with your band, would you let him? Of course. Just because I think his music's boring. Now, it would be a weird mix-up. It'd be like, people would be like, huh.
Who did I send? I sent David a video of Clapton playing some Stevie Ray Vaughan the other day. And it was pretty badass. And I was like, damn. And then we talked shit about you for a minute, about how you didn't like Clapton.
Oh, dude. Hey.
I mean,
Hey.
Sean doesn't get it.
I just don't get it.
Marla says Clapton would be the opener.
Bingo. Oh, sorry. I got to talk
It's
to you, Tony. And then also, I saw Jack Stowe send something in there about me calling him. I want to say, Jack, I don't think we have one of those. He was wondering if we had one of those HD10s, I think. Let me double check his message, because I'm pretty sure that's what he said. We don't have any of the H ones. As I walked through on my way over, I did peek in the Martin.
We'll figure it out. Well, we can always get you one. Chewy says slide, any recs for a slide purchase? Listen, I just so happen to have right here. I'm going to give you my top 3 or 4. Mag slide, you can't go wrong with. They're light, you can't break them, they feel amazing. Mag slide, MAGSLIDE, mag slide. Out of North Carolina, I've been using these forever. I really like the Eclipse. There's the normal one, there's the Aurora, and they do sound a little different, but they're all great. Mag slide. Now, I really like these Star Singer slides.
That's cool.
They're ceramic. They're a little pricier, and they will break, but they're awesome. Those are cool. Made by a guy in Italy. Pretty amazing. Liqua Slides has been a new fun one.
That's cool. They're cool.
That's really fun. I actually I made myself not take my mag slide to my gig yesterday. So I put nothing but in my pocket but the Liqua Slide, and the wall thickness is different, so it takes me a second.
Yeah.
But then I got into it, and it's a neat sound.
Well, I want to say with the mag slide real quick. Can I show them the?
You can.
It's got I guess what you would call almost corrugated. Corrugated.
I think it's the name.
There you go. I was gonna say it's almost like rifle barreling, there's angles to it so you can put pressure down, which is really nice. You gave me one of these that actually is perfect for my finger. It's a skinnier one. But I usually use a brass slide, and I use this when I'm recording a lot.
I was gonna say the other recommendation is probably what Sean uses, which is rock slide.
Yep.
And they make brass, nickel, glass, ceramic, everything, but they all have that same shape with the little knuckle cut out and the little thing for your finger to sit there. Those are cool too, and I have a bunch of those.
But that, I think, for for me, like precision-wise, the mag slide is better. The brass slide is definitely like gnarlier, but tonally, those are just really good. It's kind of weird to me for how light they are too. It's about the weight of a glass slide, I guess, but
he says something like it's like 11% lighter than glass. It's a magnesium alloy.
Yeah.
That's why it's mag.
Crazy light. It won't break.
No, I throw that thing down all the time.
And it's funny. What's funny is whenever like doing someone will be jamming and ripping, he'll be over there, play a slide and sling that shit. He'll be like, back to
I
it.
gotta be really fast. I've gotten pretty good at slipping in my pocket as well, but you know.
Hell yeah.
But they're good.
I love it.
Just use your finger, get them calluses built up. There you go. You can do that.
I love
You
this.
can do it. That link was for the JH pedals Clapton post. That actually was a cool. I've only watched part of the videos, but that he's talking about how Clapton needs no
pedals.
No pedals.
I saw the picture of his pedal board, which was not a pedal at all. It was a switcher.
It was just a switcher.
That's right.
But you know, what was the take on that video about hand wiring? Which one was it? Like about amps?
I gotta see. I'd have to watch it myself too. You probably sent it to us.
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't seen it.
I don't know. But anyways,
Maybe you sent it to us a bit ago. Well, I'm just pulling back in the recents. You send us so many amazing updates that I'm like, man,
lots of
it's in there somewhere. We'll look at it. Yeah, send it over. We'll check it out. We'll give you our thoughts. Yeah.
Oh, us guys posted some members only video about hand wired amps. Was it just Baxter? It might have been just Baxter sitting there.
It's probably just Baxter, I guess.
Now I gotta go look.
Yeah.
I gotta go look.
There's been so much going on the last couple of weeks.
I know.
Like I've forgotten some of the videos that we've shot. We've been trying to work on like having a cool backlog because JP's awesome and like crushes all this stuff. So it's been wide open, but it's been fun. We've been having fun. How have all you guys been doing? We never asked that. How's everybody?
How's everyone?
How are y'all? I also saw too. I don't want to ignore this. Chewy, thanks for the future coffee fund. It will go to good use.
You know.
These are like my little cheat drinks. She can't drink much caffeine. She has like a cup of coffee, if that, every day. That's it, just one. So I'm like, she's like, you want a cup of coffee? I'm like, oh, I'll make my own here in a bit.
What kind of bonsai says waiting on FedEx every day? Have we? Is that thing? Is it gone? Is it gone to you?
No, it's gonna be. I gotta put the pickup in. We've had a lot going on, but I'm gonna get that swap. It's gonna go out today. All right, before we leave for Merle Fest, I'll make sure that pickup's in there.
And then I'll get it in the mail to you.
That's right.
I'll get it in the mail.
Yeah.
Whoa. Chewy says I got 9 days till I get married. I'm getting things pulled together.
Hell yeah, dog.
Congratulations.
Dude, congrats. You excited? Do you love her? There's still time to run, brother.
The mayor says you get good tones from the relationship between components, not from solder joints. I think that's 100% true. I think where the hand wired thing comes in is that sometimes if you're going to go to the trouble of having hand wire, sometimes not now, but most of the time I think if it's a hand wire thing, they're probably going to the trouble to to have good components.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing about the hand wire is that it's fixability, longevity. But I think if you got a good circuit board, then it kind of nullifies some of those things. So I think, there's definitely a discussion to be had about it all.
I can't stress that whatever amp you do play, plugging it into a brown box, especially if it is hand wired, it's probably a good move, I think, it'll preserve the life of it, I believe. Because you'd be surprised that, every wall that I plug into with my brown box is like 126. Almost like consistently. Like it goes between 124 and 126 is where they were sitting at. So,
dude, I use mine all the time,
And if you think about vintage amps, like 116, we're talking about 10 volts over. I don't know how much.
Yeah, like sitting at 115, 116, or really old amp, 110.
Yeah, it's like damn.
But I think even the new ones kind of like 118.
Yeah,
117.
Yeah, just a little bit of sag to them.
But anyways, we'll see. So Billy Strings, Billy, could you be? Yeah. When we send it, I'll shoot you an email, kind of bonsai. Yes. And so watch for that today.
That's right.
And you should get an automated tracking email too.
Yep.
So you'll have the tracking number.
We'll get the shipping.
And it will not be FedEx, it will be UPS because FedEx sucks.
UPS. And then
in our experience, in our limited experience, I mean, we got a fair amount of experience.
only 10 years. Chewy said he loves his wife very, very much. Well, then it'll be a very fun time.
It's gonna be good.
Have fun. Don't do whatever you want to do on that day. That's what it's about, right? Enjoy it.
Rob says, thanks for your willingness to install the artist pickups in the 335. Listen, 335 pickup swap's a bitch.
It is. That's why, honestly, I was like, I'm honestly, too, whatever money is exchanging hands here is primarily to keep me, like, so I'm like, all right, I have to do this, so nothing else can take precedent. I'll just knock it out. But yeah, no, it's no problem at all, Rob. Do whatever she wants to do. That's right, Sean Brooks.
All right, so let's talk about Billy Strings. Skateboarding. Backstage.
Oh, broken leg.
Broke the shit out of his leg. Not just broke it. Like if you saw that, that hurt me when I saw that X-ray. Whew.
I mean,
listen, if you're a guitar player, there's two parts of my brain. One says live your life, do whatever you want. Because and my wife fusses at me. She's like, "What are you doing? If you break your hands, we're gonna be in trouble." And I'm like, "Whatever." But then there's part of me that's like, I don't know if I want to skateboard.
I skateboarded for a short stint, like 6 to 8 months, and I was doing classical guitar, and that bitch went out from underneath me one time, and I landed on my elbow right before I had like a jury, and I was like, you know what? I'm never doing this shit again.
Imagine if Billy had like broke his fucking hand that way. I mean, it probably most likely heals and it's fine, but I don't know. The whole thing was an intersection of worlds because Elijah has like been super into skateboarding lately. Yeah. He started with the weird little fingerboards, and it is amazing that he can do all these weird tricks. I'm like spending a lot of time on a thing that's but whatever. But it was awesome, and it's good. But now he's like skateboarding, and he got like the longboard thing, which I think looks super fun, and he's getting good at that, like turning and going down the street. But of course, he waited to get into it till we moved out of a neighborhood into a giant pile of dirt. So like, I had to take him somewhere to do it. Whatever.
Thanks, son.
Good job. Way to go. So anyways, been a lot of skateboard talking around my house lately.
In my head, and it's just because of his sheer size, I'm like, oh, he can't get that hurt, but that actually means he can get more hurt. It's like the more weight. He didn't
bounce quite as much,
yeah, the more weight that hits that arm or elbow or whatever, it's like, oh shit.
But it does like Billy did that before that show. Did he go out and play the show? Did he Dave Grohl it?
I guess.
Did he like wrap that shit up and put him on a stool and now he's got a guitar thrown? Because I think that was the funniest response to that is when Dave Grohl did that, right?
It was great, and then he showed back up. He came back.
Yeah. But that had to be hurting.
Oh yeah, dude.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
I
mean, as you go, I don't know. There's sometimes I'm just like, well, this is the point, right? Like, let's get to the other side of this thing now. So then you can at least say like, yeah, I fucking did that. Same thing for. I feel like Billy's that kind of guy. He's like, the show must go on.
The mayor says Billy didn't drink enough milk. Adults that drink milk are actually the next step in evolution. New studies suggest. Listen, I am a milk proponent.
I drink zero milk, but I eat a lot of cheese. So in my head, I'm like, that makes up for it, right?
I'm gonna tell you guys this. I don't think it'll shock anyone about me. However, I'm gonna just say it. We're in the live stream. I actually go to the length of I go and buy illegal raw milk from a farmer. And I'm in a little milk smuggling community where one of us has to go pick it up. I need to just get myself a cow, but I
think it's pretty sick.
Raw milk's actually really good for you. It's really good. I know there's like you have to get it from someone you trust or whatever, like a farmer that does all the right practices. But raw milk, superfood.
There's a lady that comes in and delivers these huge ass jars of milk.
She comes in, she never talks. It's like she's like, I don't know where I.
It's like a drug deal. She's like,
you're delivering raw milk. Like, how much weirder can the guitar shop be than raw milk? But whatever.
I'm like, it's okay. She's like, don't let anybody see you with this. So it's like,
it's not that big a deal. Like,
no, if a police officer said something to me, I'd be like, listen, dog, I just saw a lady at the gas station. This lady was in front of me, bought 2 of those buzzball things. Got in this big ass Silverado and got right back out and threw both of those things in the trash. I said, damn, son. was like, where's the pokey when you need to arrest her before she kills somebody?
That's fine.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's
the government's
fine.
like, this is probably fine for you.
Well,
this natural thing is not.
There's nothing we can do. I mean, she wants to be an alcoholic. Who cares? It'll only be your wife and children who have to suffer. It's like, oh great. So, if they have anything to say about raw milk, I think we know where they can shove it.
Oh, I'll tell them.
Hell yeah.
She's exactly right. You just tell them the milk's
food.
for your dog.
Yeah, dude.
Yep, it's totally fine for
Yeah.
for animals.
I'm personally of the mindset, if it's only affecting you, why, like, who are we to say, no, you can't do that, you know?
I can't get into my crazy conspiracy thoughts here. We'll get banned.
Well, I mean, just a bunch of that. I'm like, you know, and that sounds crazy. I'm sure it's like, but what about the addicts in the world, Sean? I'm like, yeah, no, I get that. But I'm also like I'm friends with, like, we have people who work here who are addicts. And a part of that is like, they say, no, it's like my responsibility to be like, no, I can't do that. If I do that, it'll ruin my life. It'll kill me. Like, that's the feeling about it, you know? It's not always right, but, you know.
Legalize the raw milk.
Aren't we animals? My kind of my point, Spark Brain. I'm like, I can feed it to my dog, but I can't feed it to myself. Like, what if I want to go outside and eat dirt and grass? You're gonna come up and tell me I can't do that either?
Todd Roy says Casino Conspiracy Channel 3. Hey, I could fill the channel.
Channel 3.
And then I get David in here. Oh my
Dude,
God, I can't let David lose.
We get Homegrown Son on there, dude. It'll be wide open. He'll be cracking it open. He'll be like,
If it's only affecting you, that means you're going to seek medical care should it make you sick, which I would pay for because I have no insurance. So, you know, it's fine.
In my head, I would go seek medical care. But in reality, I'm gonna call my mom, who's a paramedic, and say, "Is it bad enough?"
I was trying to think about the last time I actually went to a doctor. I'm sort of that mindset. If you want to live a long, healthy, happy life,
you might
stay
not
away
go.
from the doctor. Yeah. Like you know, you break your leg in half. Yeah. We got that figured out.
There's some shit.
Yeah.
You
other things, man.
have to.
Other things.
Like a pain that is so bad that you're like, holy fuck.
How bad?
I mean, like, you want to kill yourself bad.
How bad do you want to kill yourself? For more than 5 minutes? I can handle 5 minutes.
You know what I mean, though. Like,
What?
that is, there's like...
No. That's.
But that line for you and me, I think, is pretty high. Like, I can have some tooth stuff, and I'm like,
Bro.
I think I can live with it. I was like, I'm going to brush my teeth a little bit harder. I'm going to do something, figure it out. Whoa.
God bless you, JP.
Oh my goodness. Medicinal dup cakes next door, dude. I like dup cakes more than cupcakes. That's cool.
Rob says, why drink body fluids from another species? What do you mean from another species? You thought we were talking about cow milk? What?
What do you think we got pregnant for? Okay, come on.
Root canal level pain.
Bam.
I'm with Adam. Rub some dirt on it. My dad used to have this little bottle of stuff called red oil. And I don't know what it was, but man, we just used it for everything. And it wasn't the iocane stuff, like it wasn't that.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know what it was.
You know
burns,
what is
scrapes, cuts.
You know what is a
stings.
bad bitch, dude? That Tiger Balm stuff. That shit, like I got like some sciatic nerve shit that happens every once in a while.
WD-40.
I throw that patch on there. Basically, that's all it is, because I feel that and I'm like, damn, okay. I was like, give it about 20 minutes and I'm good to go. I'm like, we're gonna kick
Good to
ass.
go. Okay. Let's have our no cover charge podcast talk here.
Let's let it rip.
I feel like live stream mornings are half reaction to no cover charge.
Yeah.
And then I got to tell you this other thing that's really funny that Matt did. I don't know, you might have seen it.
I saw it. Yeah.
We're
That
gonna talk
shit's
about
hilarious.
So they got old Fingers Felder, Don Felder himself, the man. Listen, sometimes I feel like he gets a little bit of a bad rap because you're like, oh, he's whiny and he complains about the Eagles. But I actually really enjoyed. I was like, this dude's very happy. Like I enjoyed him on the No Cover Charge podcast.
The truth about Don Felder is he is probably the one in the right. He probably just wanted everybody to have an even cup, and he was the one to step up and say something, and it would have been an even cut for him, Joe Walsh, all those guys. But Glenn Fry and Don Felder.
Not on my
Don
stage,
Henley.
bitch.
Sorry, yeah, they're like, not a chance. Don Felder is in the right, but nobody likes a whiny little bitch, dude. Nobody wants to be like...
He should have done what he's doing now. Just coming out and talking about, like, going on a little tour, like, hey, man, you know, when I wrote Hotel California, and, like, do his little thing about how he had all the parts recorded. I mean, like, you're like, oh, okay.
You do that, you roll that ball, they can't say anything to you.
Because truth is, he's a super nice dude who, like, goes and, like, coaches his kids' little league, and then, like, writes all these crazy...
Oh, yeah. He is the...
Like, wow.
He is
and
the
he's
better
an amazing player. Oh, yeah. 100. After that, you're like, who'd be more fun to be around? Felder or Don Henley?
If your dad was Don Henley or Glenn Fry, how do you go about that? It's like...
Now, listen, we're saying this, but I love Don Henley's music. And Glenn Fry, I think I love that. And I know some people hate the Eagles, but I'm just like, dude, it's just so good. It's just objectively good songwriting.
That is why I say they are. Felder is the right choice, but those other two are definitely the fun choice, dude. Like,
and Joe Walsh was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay here and make this money.
Smashing guitars on limos and throwing shit and throwing a fit and pouring a beer on somebody's head. That's rock and roll.
That had to be a little sad for Joe Walsh and for Felder because I feel like they were legit pals.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like that's the only bad thing about the Joe Walsh is being like, all right, I think I'll be in the Eagles.
That's why I think Felder went to bat for Timothy B. Schmidt and Joe Walsh to make enough money.
That's probably what it was.
It was all three of them. He's like, we should all get an equal share. That should be just right.
And I think he probably was a little miffed that they didn't let him sing as much.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're kind of right? It's like you got Don Henley. Like, I'm having Don Henley sing. You know?
If Don Henley was in my band, I'd be like, I don't think I need to do any of this.
Take it.
Yeah, I'll give you the word.
Take it, Don.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yes.
But I mean, I don't know, dude.
I definitely love Joe Walsh the most out of any guitar player that was in the Eagles. Joe Walsh to me is just.
I do love Joe Walsh, but the more I realize what Felder did. I mean, the dude's a great. I mean, they're both great players, right? The back and forth on some of the stuff is amazing, but I hope Joe Walsh don't watch this. Me too, because I love Joe Walsh.
I mean,
the only way he'd watch it is if Don Henley sees it and sues us,
which is possible. Just play the first chord to Hotel California, and we're fucked.
Oh my God!
There it goes.
Was that a B? I own B.
Beato, get in here.
But it wasn't even a chord. It was just the note B. I own the note B. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So there you go.
I mean, but Don Felder. Let's talk about this because I saw them playing it.
It is just Eagles. No, the Eagles.
Yeah.
But
Eagles.
Still. Eagles.
But if you walked around and said, like, my favorite Eagles song, which, I mean, I guess that works.
That is what you have to say.
Yeah.
But you still say the not capitalized.
Yeah, no.
The Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles. The Eagles.
It's just not the with a capital T. It's the Eagles. Eagles. Yeah. Eagles music.
Well, what I want to talk about, though, is double neck guitars.
Yeah, Felder did absolutely write Hotel California, except for the lyrics. He wrote all those parts, the bass line, all that junk.
I'm pretty sure he had recorded a bunch of the percussion and stuff on that beginning
part. He recorded
like
it
that
all.
Was the demo,
he did it.
right?
The demo was everything but the lyrics and melody for that part. All those little bun, down, everything. Yeah. All the parts.
What's really cool is that drum fill in, which is really basic, but that pop, it's great.
Dude. Greg McFadden says, I met Don Henley back in the late 80s when the valet driving his Porsche pulled out in front of me and I rear-ended it. Whoa, he was actually very nice, but still made me pay for it.
Okay, but he wasn't like shitty to you. He didn't go, what the fuck is wrong with you, you dumbass? He was just like, cool. That's good.
There is part of me sometimes that thinks that maybe he's gotten a bad rap because he just seems like a very serious, no-nonsense guy. Yeah. Not like fun, you know what I mean? Like it may, you know.
I don't know. He does seem very...
I've never seen... Like, you see some old videos where they're talking and smiling, but when he talks on camera, he's just like that thing where his mouth, the corner of his mouth is turned down perpetually.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
They wouldn't let me sing on the songs.
What are you going to do?
They let Timothy sing a song, but they wouldn't let me sing
Now, listen, the mayor says the Eagles doc was the first truly amazing band. I mean, that was amazing. Like, that was an actual amazing documentary.
Love him or hate him. Like, we were getting to the end of the first part, and I was like, oh, man. I was like, I kind of hate this is over. I know. And then, like, they said the chapter 2. It was like, fuck, yes. Yeah. No, but double neck guitars. I think unless you're in, what's that Canadian band that's popping up with the polka dots and everything? Antoine.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it either. Unless
the long nose mask.
Yeah, they're doing that where it's like he's playing the bass and then the guitar. That makes sense to me, right? Like I get that. He's looping it. You know, he needs both of those. Jimmy Page, who I love to death. Don Felder, who is okay. I don't think they needed a double neck guitar to play that live. I don't think they did.
It's like, I gotta have that 12 string. I mean,
for all 12 seconds of it.
I think I'd have done this and called it a day.
And maybe that's the difference. I'll go insane though. I'll run a bunch of amps. I'll do, you know, like, but I just don't feel like the 12 string is like, you know, it's not sending it. If anything, I'd play a 12 string electric the whole time.
Best looking there is this part. Or dang it. See if I can do it again. Oh. That's it. It's good. They're good licks.
They're good. I mean, that's one of those songs, guitar-wise, I think, that'll live on forever. That'll be like there.
I mean,
for everybody.
I would like to have a 12-string double neck long enough to get.
I
not
really,
have, but play. You know,
I would play a 12-string
like a good
electric consistently. Like not an acoustic. Like I dig them, but I think 12-string electric for me would be all day. The hard part is committing to that, and then committing to owning the fucking strings to swap.
Here's a good point. They didn't need the double neck. They didn't need the unbuttoned bodysuit. It's about the show. I mean, I get that part.
Yeah.
I get that for sure.
Yeah. I get that. You know, I'm kind of like, man, if you've ever sat down and played one of those, like our good friend Chad B has one, and I'm like, it's so cool. It's awesome. But then to sit there, hold it and play it, and understand the absurdity of two necks on a guitar. Like, and to really like try and like be with it, you're like, man, I'd almost want to tune the 12 string to some weird big chord, you know, and
just be like, wow. I mean, that's what in my brain I want to do is I want to hit things in the 12 string and then play on the 6 string.
That is my thought too.
Right? Like that's where it would be fun.
Yes. Yeah, that to me is like
forget having the looper. You know,
that is kind of where I'm at.
The mayor says he's liking my pace. I was really just trying not to get, you know, copyright.
Really shift it just enough.
But I mean, I know that's one of those songs that's over like cliche and overplayed. But dude, I love it. I love the solo. I love the phrasing. It's just all amazing.
Well, isn't that the truth about any of those songs, like Wonderwall or any of that? Like,
and you're like, there is a reason. That people are obsessed with these.
Wish You Were Here. Like
every single one.
Yes.
Pretty much even. And I hate I'm even gonna say this.
Drop it. I know what you're gonna say.
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline, dude.
I had a student, older, you know, an adult, and he wanted to learn it, and I was like, man, there's some neat stuff in here.
Oh yeah.
I hate saying it.
It's kind of a weird song whenever you listen to it too.
It is a weird song.
Compared to other shit that was happening, you're like, how do you like make this? Like what in your head says this will be a good idea for a song right now? Like, you know? the verses, you know, the whole climbing thing, touching hands.
Country Roads was another one I was thinking about, Mayor.
Country Roads.
Dude,
Wagon Wheel.
Old Stank Note.
It's terrible.
Your first problem was you had to go to a work meeting. We're all sorry. We're all sorry for you.
I love it.
But yeah, dude, it's a thing, you know?
I usually tell people I'm in a meeting when the live stream is on. That's a smart move.
Favorite power supply. I had a Strymon, but only 9 outlets. In the music shop the other day, I saw Water Side had 22 outlets. Ooh, that's probably a good one. I feel like at this point, they're all sort of good. I'm partial to the True Tone ones, but all those are great. Even the Strymon one is great. It's got great features, but yeah, it's how many outlets do you need?
I'm actually, hell, I'm gonna have to bring my pedal board in anyways. All that shit's in my car before we go to Merle Fest. I'm running a big old board right now, but what I do like about the Strymon is that OJ, so you have their thing, right, their power supply, and then they have where you can chain into another 5, right? And then you can chain in from that one into another 5. So I'm like, well, shit. I was like, that's like a lot of extension. So I'm pumped.
He's crazy staring at you.
JP was staring at me, caught me off guard.
Just staring.
She's a real.
I love the mono power supplies. Those are probably really good too.
Yeah.
Probably really good. But
that clocks one is supposed to be really good. I don't understand all the functionality to it yet, though. I've seen those. I haven't wrapped my head around them.
Like the is it clocks or kiosks or something like that?
I
That
think
weird
it's
thing.
supposed to be clocks.
It's supposed to actually be clocks.
Let me see, because that's something.
Oh, the mayor dropping some breadcrumbs. Stay tuned for a new type of power supply coming out next year. Casino will have it first. Surrender says Zach Person is the expert on power supplies. Ouch.
Dude.
Ouch.
That reel for him, I just want to look. I do think they're trying to call it Seox. I don't know. That's such a weird.
It is very strange, right?
I'm like, clocks, Seox.
Listen, let's bring a problem solving task to the group.
I'm ready.
So Sean's off to Merlefest this week. God bless him. I was thinking about going. By the way, I'm gonna call the Honey Pick boys and put in my order.
Oh hell
pay
yeah,
them.
dude!
And then you just buy. I might have to get you to like FaceTime me what they got available at the booth.
Oh, he's gonna be there in the booth?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Sweet Zach's reel is up to 2.1 million views. Which is crazy. It's good. I wish they, like, that boy put a whole music video on Instagram. Maybe let's go look at his music video after we see the damn...
They're like, no. He's the unplugged cable guy.
I know. I'm like, what the
That's
hell?
my only thing I hate about that, is I don't want him to become the dude who just like...
Oh, I'm goofy. Yeah, like, because Zach is a badass. Like, if you see that motherfucker perform...
Because but he's also like super sweet.
He's so sweet.
And so like, and
kind.
I don't want him to get known for that.
No, but, exactly. Because I mean, he's just Zach's a legend. If you haven't listened to his music or checked out his Instagram, go look at all that stuff. Follow the boy. Yes. Follow him. He's amazing.
But he did handle it well. But anyways,
he did, man.
I think learning how to check California would give me a new play, like me lots of knowledge to use on other songs. It would. It's a very good like circle of fifths kind of idea. But yeah, we can talk about that later. But friends in low places. What I'm saying, Sean's off to Merlefest.
Yes.
And I am gonna play the Sunrise Theater Sunday, opening for our pal Eddie 9 who is a friend in low places.
We're going to be racing back from Merle.
Sean's going to be back. I do got old sweet Bobby Hancock of Whiskey Pines fame coming to play, take some pictures, maybe a little video.
Did you see the photos he took?
That's what I'm saying. He's so good at it, man.
He's
and we have our own little team, but I kind of want our little team to be able to relax. Just relax, because you'll be on the way coming back.
Yeah.
And Bobby's always kind of wanting to do it.
Look at what sweet Bobby did to us.
Bobby takes great pictures, man. Look, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. But I mean, Bobby's like he does like drone photography for real estate and all stuff. Bobby's super talented.
He's amazing.
Stuff. And he's a great player, and he's in a friggin' movie right now, which we won't say much about because I think we're gonna have him on here.
Yes.
To talk about
once it's all said and done.
Because it'd be cool to get his perspective on that. But anyways.
That's right.
Gonna open for old Ed 9
If you're around or in the North Carolina vicinity and you want to come see him, come up, check it out. This Sunday, April 26th?
27th.
27th? Okay. 27th, man.
I'm thinking this is 27th. Anyways.
Let me double check. I just want to know so if anybody looks up the tickets.
It's
the 26th. 26th.
It is the 26th?
Yep, 26th.
Really?
Yep, Tuesday is the 28th.
So wrong. I guess it is. You're right. That's so strange. Yeah, but it's 26. But
yeah.
So this Sunday, dude, I'm already dreading the sound man talk because I know who the sound man's gonna be. I just did a show there with the sound man, where I was a side guy, and I'm just like, God. But I'm ready to have the conversation.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is a guitar based thing.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm fine with the guitar being in its place for the sideman thing. Like, I was very quiet, but it's like when you go back and you hear the mix and you're like, dude, it's just a vocal and some cymbal wash and nothing else. I'm like, what in God's name? Why did you think that sounded good? It like it's not doing the songwriter who we were playing for. And she was great, by the way. The whole thing was great. The whole thing came out great, but I don't even think people notice because they don't know. Yeah. They don't have any reference in the moment, right? Most people aren't musicians and they're not thinking about it. But I'm just like, dude.
It can really ruin your night. It can suck.
I think I'm just going to take an amp and crank it and be like, don't worry about putting me in the mix.
Yeah,
because it's a not quite 400 seat theater. I got plenty of amps that can fill that space.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, don't you just mix our vocals. But even then, bone drive, it's just, man.
It's infuriating. I was talking to the people last night at the other space, and we were talking about the auditorium and stuff, and they were like, well, Ward is the one who's got it there. I was like, oh, I just said who it was. Sorry. Fuck. Anyways, I don't care. I mean
they're not gonna watch our.
And if he does, he already doesn't seem to care for me too much, and that's fine. I honestly don't give a shit. All right, I may be a dumb 28-year-old kid, but for some reason I feel like I can mix sound better than your chump ass. So, be nicer to people. Be a professional. If you do watch this, I want you to know that. Be a professional. Stop thinking about yourself only. That's all I gotta say on it. If it gets back to him, that's what I...
Part of me does just think it's like, no thought but the whole weird... Listen, I can even deal with the total control thing if the end product is like, okay, well, everything sounded awesome.
Absolutely. It just feels like he comes up, he's condescending, he wants to act like he's putting people in their place instead of doing what his job is, which is to make it sound really good and support the artist on stage. That to me is the role of a sound guy. You're there to support the artist, support the show, and make it sound as good as possible. If your concern is more about walking around with your hand on your cock and like acting like you're the damn boss of the damn thing, you're in the wrong business. You should go manage a bank. You should go manage a Walmart. You should go be that shitty manager that we all look at and say, oh, it's that guy. Be that guy.
The Greg Koch conversation. Yeah, I mean.
The cockness monster.
That was actually really good. That was a good discussion. Man. See, that's probably good. The Foundry is helping train sound people.
I'm looking at
it.
It's got to go there, you know. I know. I don't mean to get fired up about it, but it pisses me off, man. It drives me up a wall to think that you can't just use your fucking ears. For the love of God. For the love of God. Act like you've heard music before.
It's just gotta feel and sound good, right?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter what your little meters say. It feels and sounds good.
No. I mean, hell. If
that's all.
Yes. I think
just gotta feel and sound good.
People turn shit on just because they haven't. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I've gone behind the soundboard before and they've got the compressor on, the gate on, the fucking, reverb dimed up. They got all this shit, this EQ band that looks fucking insane. Everything. And I'm like, what? It sounds like shit. Cut all this shit off. What's the bass sound? Okay, let's start with the EQ. Okay, let's add just a little bit of reverb. Okay. And don't start by pinpointing every frequency on an EQ. That's not how it works. Cut out some of the low end if it's the vocals, dude. Go up to about 200, see what happens, Play around with it. Boost the high end just a little bit. Maybe it'll get a little bit fucking out there in the front of things and it'll sound really good. Who knows?
Ginger Beer says there are two excuses for inexcusable behavior. Beauty and genius. If you're not one of those two, be nice. I'm going to say, even if you are, let's just be nice. Let's be happy and nice. Let's just be nice. Basil Tiffany says, I'm sensing some anger. There's slight resentment and anger. Because obviously, and I look like I'm, 18 or 12 or whatever you want to say, whatever your joke is, the kid, right? What pisses me off, though, is having done it just long enough to know, it doesn't have to be that hard. It doesn't have to be gate kept. It can be this simple if you just listen. That's all you got to do. And I have spent way too much time being typed down and pushed to the side. And this fucking asshole said this 2 weeks ago. He said, oh, it's just Sean. He showed up to the show last night. And he brought his guitar. He didn't play. It was kind of funny. I was like, oh. As I passed him, I said, don't worry. It's just Sean's show. Pack the fuck out. Suck my dick. Evalonius says, I went to a show at a professional theater recently. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is becoming a normal thing. You could not even hear the guitar player, and he just kept on playing because the stage monitor probably sounded fine. Dude, that happens all the time. That's all the time.
All the time.
But anyways, we're gonna our pal Matt, who might be in here, commented on the thing and was like, "You should turn up the guitar over here." I mean, like it's a 3-piece on Saturday, so it's just gonna be sad and horrible if it's like.
It's just bass and
because
cymbals.
what happens is I turn down so that they can take care of it, and then they don't put it in the house, so it sounds thin and god awful.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Yeah. That is the issue, and it's gonna be cymbals.
Yeah.
You'll be able to hear and feel the bass. I mean, it is hard to imagine that somebody could fuck up a trio.
But you can.
You know, everything is already basically.
I'm gonna proof it. I'm gonna proof it this week with loud amps. No more playing nice.
I mean, I think that's what you gotta do.
I mean, it's not even like it's like my 22-watt Twilighter will fill.
Oh yeah.
The.
Oh yeah.
I can't decide if I'm gonna take that, if I'm gonna play that or the M80, one or the other.
Yeah.
Probably not both, since we're just opening.
Yeah. I mean, I think either way you go. Pedal board wise, I know you were more set for the M80, but I'm sure you've already tweaked it.
I've tweaked. I got
around.
tweaks, but I've had a little Twilighter bend here. It's just been sounding really good. I'm like, oh.
They're good amps.
They're great amps. Dude, we're gonna have Mr. Magnetone himself coming to not just here to the live stream on is it May the 19th or 20th, whichever one of those is a Wednesday. Coming to hang out with us, Mr. Granville Helm.
Imagine him going into a strip club, and he's like, Mr. Magnetone. You get him a hat, some sunglasses that are the shape of dollar signs.
I feel like he's done that, or would do that.
He's got I like it. He's a party guy.
Granville's a good time, man. But
awesome.
Listen, we're probably, I'm going to throw this out here to you boys too. We, and ladies, if there happens to be, we are probably going to do an event that weekend. And I mean, I know obviously some of you aren't close by, but most of you aren't close by. But if you happen to be,
yeah,
probably going to have some Q&A with old Granville. Let you hear some amps, let you maybe play some amps. He might bring some cool special amps. And
we're gonna send out a little newsletter.
We will.
We'll get it pumped.
And have some Magnetone deals.
It'll be good. Sean, grab the arch top for duet. Well, you know what? I just might. Now that I've gotten all fired up.
Now that you're all fired up, I'm all fired up.
I
just don't like things to be. I don't like to waste my time doing things when they turn out to be not good, and the not good is out of my control.
Yes.
If I'm not good, I got it.
And then the overall attitude that goes along with it. It'd be different if he was nice. But instead, he's kind of not. And like I said, there's some things there. It's one of those things, I don't know. My mom and dad wouldn't let me walk out of the house and talk to people like that, I'll tell you that much. I can talk a lot of shit, but I'll tell you what you can't do. You cannot be a fucking prick like that. You ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it, son. What do I know, though? He might make sure I never get put on a gig again. Somehow I kind of doubt that, but... This is one of my favorite guitars.
It is actually a cool guitar.
Yeah, this thing's sick. That Hummingbird is dope too. I actually got it tuned down a half step though, so I can see.
Oh, the Hummingbird.
Yeah.
I'm actually taking. You know, normally I have a private gig with the old Whiskey Pines tonight, and so but normally I take electric guitar tonight. I'm tailoring. It's only like an hour and a half. It's very small, so.
Yeah,
I heard
fun,
that
right?
train. I think it will be fun, man. I slightly modified my little acoustic board just to have some more.
Awesome. I'll tell you this, for acoustic guitar pedal boards, I think the Whiskey Pines boys, they're usually like on top of it. They're always running stuff that I'm like, man, I haven't heard of it. It's always like something that is out of my realm. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like the Grace stuff, I think is what it is. Gracie.
It's that Gracie, those Gracie preamps,
Yeah.
which are ridiculously good. Old Pat Fuller's got one too.
I saw that man last night. I was like, damn it, boy.
All those boys got the double sourced pickups in their acoustics. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
if they want to, they can go with like Tim's got a K&K and an undersaddle, and he can blend them. But he switched out to the K&K like we were total background music the other night. So
Yeah.
he's got a little Y cable. And
Yeah.
he switched it to the K&K because he was showing me this thing. I haven't loved my K&K on my Martin lately.
Yeah.
And he was saying he found this thing where he like jacks the high pass way up, and it sounded
It's like shimmer to it and
way
stuff.
better. Yeah, because there's this
It's
like
got a little
weird
woo-woo to
yeah,
it, yeah.
exactly. But I'm still thinking about replacing it. The K&K is cool. I love that it's passive.
We should do a pickup, not
Shootout.
shootout, but like, I mean, maybe
I mean,
some with the LR bags, the K&K, like, because I don't think many people have done, because those are like the most popular ones.
It's hard to not just want to go put like an anthem in there because it just works. But I mean, part of me was thinking the hi-fi. I don't know if I want to quite shell out the cash for the hi-fi duet. Yeah. I also don't know if it's tested enough yet for me to be like, oh, because I haven't heard a ton of them.
Yeah.
But
I've installed a lot of anthems. I think they are accountable, and they always do sound really good. I didn't realize that you're really blending between that piezo and the mic pickup. You know,
which one on the anthem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's right.
I thought it was just a traditional tone until I think the last couple installs. I actually got to sit down and fuck around with them rather than put them in, make sure they work, and get them out.
But dude, I know a lot of people. A lot of people end up never using the mic because of feedback. You know what I mean? Like they end up with. But now, this thing, dude, it's got the old Martin Gold thin line, which I think is basically the precursor to like the Fishman Matrix.
Yeah.
It sounds great because I thought, I was gonna have to change this, but
Fishman does good stuff. I didn't like their
Fishman
90s stuff. I like how they've grown though.
where's Greg? What's Greg use for acoustic pickups? I would be interested in that.
Greg McFadden, we're calling you.
We're calling you, sir. But yeah, I don't think you could go wrong with the anthem. The lyrics not bad sounding. You know, just LR bags in general is good sounding. But I mean, you know, some of the Fishman stuff is too. But I think I need to. I don't really want to put anything under my saddle on the Martin since it's not there already. If it was already like that, I wouldn't care. Yeah. But you know, like that's why I was thinking the hi-fi because it sticks on those little pads the same way. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, there's good options there. People are asking about this guitar. So this was the guitar Baxter used for the Johnny Cash show. Is that right? I think so.
Maybe so.
I don't know. Anyways, he had this guitar, and whenever he got it, it was near about in pieces. And I think he actually had to put a lot of money into it with a really good luthier to get it all up to snuff. But I mean, it is killer. I think it's a 1934, I believe. I can't remember the model for the life of me. It's one of those, obviously, like the Archstop models. What is it? If he were here, he would know. He'd be able to tell you. But really cool guitar. It definitely has like the boxy, you know, it's like there's no bass really.
No. It's the Archstop thing, 100%. Ned says, I chuck an LR Bags M1 in everything. I can't stand piezos. There's no point in even having an acoustic because they all just sound like piezo. There's some truth to that.
There is.
I went down the rabbit hole and I was planning on doing that for a while, Ned, so maybe you got me reconsidered. Now, isn't there a humbucker and a single coil version of that? Which one do you like? Like, or maybe the M1 is one or the other of those. I'm not sure.
You're out of my realm with some of this stuff now, but I mean, I think it would just be cool.
What?
I know, like, huh?
I just want, like, I love the Martin so much, but since I got this thing and it sounds so good plugged in, I've kind of been like, oh God. So I just want to put it back in the rotation. Because y'all, I've been playing like damn 20 acoustic gigs a month. It's wearing on old Johnny Robinson. But I got bills to pay. but I if I'm gonna go do it, I would at least want to have good tone. And this thing has great tone, but this thing, the frets are eat up on it.
Oh yeah, that fret time.
I hate to even say it, but it is.
The binding too. Fuck. Shit. Just looking at it, I'm like, my asshole just puckered up about this tight, dude.
But y'all, I'm gonna tell you what. And this is a Taylor, and you can say what you will, but this is probably the nicest acoustic guitar that I've ever owned. Like it's just fun to play. It sounds amazing. This is actually Brazilian back and sides,
which is crazy.
And my dumbass drags it out to
What else are you supposed to do? You know what I mean?
But I mean, Mark literally said, he's like, I want someone who's gonna just play the crap out of it. And I was like, I will do that, sir. So,
you know, Derek had this 1963 Jaguar that was refinted black. That was actually a badass guitar. And I think it was at the Rooster Some or something like that. And he was like, oh yeah, he's like, you can play it for a bit if you want to. And I was playing it, and Chelsea asked me one night, she was like, hey, come sit in with, they were doing the Cats show. It was like kind of like this jazzy meets like alternative rock stuff from the 90s.
It was like your alternative rock songs as like sort of like jazz, like lounge jazz. Style covers. It was fun. I went and did it with her a few times too. Because the idea, they had a core band and then they had a guest instrumentalist. So Sean did that some, I did that some. It was really fun.
Dude, I took that guitar out of that, and it was like crazy. Because I mean, this is like a vintage guitar that I'm like ripping on. I bring out in a gig bag, and I'm like, whoa, great though. The whole time I was like, man, this is so much fun.
All right, Ned, you got me thinking. I might have to go M1 shopping. I also have got to spend enough money on instrument things this year that I don't pay taxes next year. If I'm gonna send that money off, it might as well go towards gear, right? Sad. But yeah. What do you use as a travel guitar? I use my normal guitars as a travel guitar. Usually if I'm traveling, and this is such a lame thing, like, but usually if I'm traveling, it is to go play a gig. Like randomly, I'm just going to so-and-so. Because usually I just want to be home. But, sometimes I'll take the family. But even if me and the family are going to like a day trip or something, or like not a day trip, but like a night out, anyways, I take some guitar. And sometimes it'll be like my telly just because I can fiddle in the room. I just want to fiddle. It just rarely I have a day that I don't play some.
It is like if I'm sitting on a couch watching TV, I'm in the same boat. There's a guitar in my hands. Like I'm kind of fucking around with it, you know? So I find myself, I don't own an acoustic, so anywhere I go.
Let's see. And Ned says the only problem with the M1 is there's no cork where it grabs on the top. Okay, so get some thin cork shims to put in there if you're worried about it biting. Yeah, I probably will do that, honestly. I mean, not a ton, but that's not a bad idea anyways.
Sean Eric Brooks says, don't be the guy who brings a guitar on vacation. I think there are certain vacations where, you might be like, okay, I shouldn't. But, like, I mean, you go to the beach for a week. I'm taking
we go over here to do that with Christy's, my wife's parents. And
I'd take a guitar and an amp. I'm like,
if I'm not, I'm just sitting around. I'm like, what else am I gonna do?
Exactly.
How am I gonna annoy the people in the beach houses near me?
No one wants to hear you play Wonderball at the beach.
But they do. They do.
You'd
First
be surprised.
off, I would not be playing Wonderball.
You know what is fun? We, like my family, this a year and a half ago now, we did this like for Christmas. My mom and stepdad, rather than buying me and my brothers and everybody gifts, they were like, hey, we want to rent a beach house or something, and we'll go on like a little vacation for weekend kind of thing. So we go and do that. And it was a pretty decent place, right? It had a couple of stories to it and like a little walkout deck area, right? So I took a Princeton and a guitar and I put that bitch out on that deck and I turned that motherfucker up to like 10 and I just ripped. I was like, this is fun as hell, dude. I mean, it was quiet enough because it's wintertime, but there were people who were walking by, they'd watch. I was like, that's cool. Maybe they were calling the cops. I'll never know. But it was fun.
Shire Brooks is my sound man. Is my wife's boyfriend.
That's hilarious.
Well, there you go. Some Ben Harper. Ben Harper's good. But no, I usually take a guitar just because what else am I going to do? What else would I possibly do? I have no other real hobby.
I mean, if I do, it's like...
You can't shoot things at the beach. You know what I mean? Can't be like, little target practice this morning. So that they frown on that.
Can't do that.
Even when it's overrun with deer, they don't even want you. They don't want you taking care of that for them.
My hobbies would probably be like video games and watching movies. And I don't like to take video games on vacation because I'm like, that's kind of lame. Nobody wants to, my family doesn't want to sit there and watch me fuck around on a video game all day. And I'm not going to stay in the room and do that.
What level are you on, sweetie?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Nobody wants that shit. Like,
how's your raid going?
It's funny because as guitarists, we all probably think of guitars maybe being kind of obnoxious for other people at times. But playing a video game in front of your whole family is way more obnoxious because they can't even like...
I mean, I feel like with a guitar, you can't just pull it out and be like, oh, guys.
Everybody.
Right? But if you like go sit in a corner somewhere away from everyone, you can do it.
We'll play cards and I got a guitar in my hand while I'm waiting for the round, and like everybody's cool.
You just can't suck. No.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to set the vibe.
I like David's comment. He says, can't shoot at the beach. Not with that attitude. You're right. I got to change my thinking.
Go shoot some shoot some dolphins.
If I start shooting at the beach, things have gone downhill. I mean, I'm going to do that too.
You know what's funny is Myrtle Beach has the iconography of like the white trash Riviera, right? Like that is, Myrtle Beach is that. In my head though, no shade being thrown here, I love this place. Carolina Beach is way trashier in the best possible way, dude.
Dude, it's really the whole thing. Myrtle Beach is like the name that has been applied to like.
But it's the whole area there.
The whole giant strip. Some people are going to argue with that, but and if you live there, I'm sure it's different. But if you don't live there and you're going, it's like it's all Myrtle Beach. Dude. But funny thing, right? Like Myrtle Beach, that whole little area, North Myrtle and Myrtle, and all that little coastal area has become like a weird little mini like Nashville Broadway where you got all these pretty good country bands.
Yes.
And you can just gig like 15 times a week if you want to. Like, all the places, man. And there's a little part of me that says, oh, you can make a lot of money. But it's like, dude, I don't know if
It's funny growing up what Myrtle Beach was. Because like now I can say like 20 years ago when I was 8 years old, what Myrtle Beach was to now, like the like amount that motherfucker has grown. Like they got skyscrapers, dude. It's crazy. I'm like, what the hell? Huge hotels.
It's the cartels. Did you hear? There's all that talk about.
Really?
That's what they say. There's this one guy. There's one special forces guy who goes on all these. You know how they all got the podcast and every guy who's
Of course.
And
what else are they gonna do?
He was talking about how much from Fayetteville.
Yeah.
Through Lumberton, through like Myrtle Beach, like North Carolina, how much like cartel. He's like, it used to be Russian. He's like, now it's like South. I was like, okay, I didn't know.
Well, I guess we can.
So apparently, a lot of it is in theory. Chad probably knows about this if it's true. That it's kind of a front thing,
These are the private gigs that we need to be playing because that's where you make the real money, dude.
Hell yeah, dude, I'm coming. My mouth's sealed. I've seen nothing. Got a guitar. Play Eric Church songs all night.
Ovaltine Jenkins. My only reference to Myrtle Beach is season 3 of Eastbound and Down. I want to tell you that is the most. That is the best representation of what Myrtle Beach is. It's fucking awesome. It's dope. That's exactly what it's like. I love it. If you go there in June,
the thing about it is like when I was a kid, dude, and like I say kid, if we were gonna go on a vacation, it was somewhere like it might have been Holden Beach, Carolina Beach, or wherever, But it was in that vicinity, right? And then when I was old, like 16, my parents would just turn me loose. I'd take a friend and we'd have my little, shit car and
same dude. We just go.
Like we'd be down, the very tip of South Carolina, Myrtle Beach thing, all the way back up to North Myrtle and past, and just finding trouble to be in.
We were on the South Carolina border. We went and bought damn fireworks. I almost blew my damn hand apart. We had to have walked I don't know how far we walked down the beach, but we went past at least 5 boardwalks.
Listen,
like, I mean, we just kept going.
I'm gonna tell this story because it's hilarious. When I was married, but we didn't have kids or anything yet, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember if we lived in. I don't think we maybe didn't live in Nashville yet, but Christy and I lived in Charleston for a long time. That's where she's from. And we come up to go to the beach with like my mom and my sister.
Yeah.
Like we're all adults, and we take my mom sort of out for the first time. Like this is that moment where I was like,
You're
the
not,
glass kind of shattered.
Kid. Yeah.
And my mom's out dancing and like slapping the floor, and I was like, whoa, what is happening here? And we still make fun of her for her little like old dance moves because I think she was quite the socialite back in the day, you know.
Hell yeah, dude.
Old Trans Am with T-tops and shit, you know, and yeah.
That's badass.
When her and my dad were cool, but
before they had to get all
whoa. It was kind of funny, but I was like, whoa, now you're fitting in a little too good to Myrtle Beach here. You're a little too good.
There are weird moments with that. Like at my brother's wedding, which we had, April 4th or whatever, a couple weeks back, dancing, and his vibe was definitely different than ours, right? Ours was more like alternative music and different things.
I can imagine
his was like venturing into like hip hop and like popular music and stuff, and like Pink Pony Club. And I don't think I realized until we were out there, like, I was like, oh, my whole family is out here doing this same shit right now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, because, like, I throw down, dude. Like, we go out.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It is a fun moment, though, to cross that bridge and be like, all right, we're all just people now. Here we go.
It is a strange moment, but it's fun. It's a good moment. Beaches are fun. I do like to go. All the beaches are kind of fun, honestly. I've been to a bunch of them. We go down every year with Christy's parents down past Charleston, which is it's still the Atlantic Ocean, but North Carolina from South Carolina. They touch, but then you can go north or south in either direction. But Myrtle Beach is right there on the line. You got all those little places. You got Polly's Island, then you go into Myrtle Beach, then it turns to North Carolina. You got North Myrtle Beach, and then you get like Carolina Beach, and you get all those little places. Yeah. Oak Island, all the little places.
It's funny because like whenever I hear South Carolina, I only think about the coast, but there is like the inland side of it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I forget about all that.
All of South Carolina?
Yeah.
The fun part of South Carolina is sort of like you go down to like Beaufort, then Charleston, then all of the coast is cool. You got all those little places, Hilton Head, but yeah, then you have the whole upstate, which is like Greenville, Spartanburg, all that junk.
I'll tell you what I do love, and
Columbia.
If you've been to Savannah, go to Charleston. If you've been to Charleston, go to Savannah, because they're kind of like there's more historical stuff happening in Savannah, right? But they have upscale stuff too, to where like in Charleston, I feel like you have some historical stuff, but more upscale. Like Folly Beach is badass. Any of that stuff up there is like.
When I was there, funnily enough, Folly Beach was like the hippie, a little dirty but cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But then you got like Sullivan's Island and Island Palms, which is on the Mount Pleasant side, which was like has always been kind of like higher end, right? Yeah. But you got like Wild Dunes was out there. I used to paint houses in all this place, but. Dude, there's a lot of history in Charleston too. Yeah. I think you just had to find it or whatever. But now when I lived in Charleston, we would go to Savannah pretty often because like it could be a little day trip or like one little overnight thing.
But those are probably two of my favorite places in America. I think in the USA.
It's funny that there is like a weird Nashville to Charleston. A lot of people go back and forth. There's like food, like chef connections. Not that I've ever really. I know that now that I'm going to places with chefs, but it is kind of funny. Charleston is a neat place.
That's really cool. I don't think it's crazy to me that because like I feel like Savannah has like its own culture. I don't feel like Charleston has gotten the same like acknowledgement.
You got to get out to like James Island or like the little. There's all these little places. Within Charleston, you know what I mean? Like, because you can go downtown, and downtown Charleston has changed a lot since I lived there. It used to be a ton different, man. And there used to be, I'm sure there's still plenty of live music there. There used to be a fair amount of a music scene, and that was back when it was like, it was the Hootie and the Blowfish guys.
I was gonna say
living around there.
There's like a music scene there like that.
It was sort of like this kind of laid back hippie, everybody's wearing rainbow flip flops, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Kind of.
We should plan a little run where we go down to like, I'd say we go as far as Florida to see Jordan Foley and our boys there who are on
I know
that
some other boys
Georgia
in Florida
line.
too, man. Like who would do well there. You could even go down in like St. Augustine and then all the way over to like maybe like St. Pete's and all that kind of stuff.
I think it'd be cool to do a run down there, come up, go and hit Atlanta.
You could hit Ginger and Con, man. Like and do
Them
something near them. But they're like because when I used to do the Riverbend Reunion, we did that whole circuit from Jacksonville, St. Augustine, all that stuff, right? And there was a bunch of little spots. But dude, there's a place in Charleston called All in Dog Green. It's really out of Charleston, but they have these Wednesday night things where if you're on like a band touring, you go out and you play, and it's for donations, but it's awesome, and they give you a place to stay for free and stuff. And I'm pretty sure they still do it.
Yeah.
But that would be great for you guys. Like if you had a run, you could do that in the middle of the week. You know what I mean?
I think it'd be sick.
I've done it before and made okay money, but it really the big thing is just you make gas money and then you got a place to crash.
Yeah.
And you got a whole big audience that comes out. It's all outside. It's like an old barn. They like cut the end off and made a stage.
That'd be badass.
And and it's sort of like a little outpost where people fish.
Yeah.
But it's just and the dude from the guitar player, Mark Bryan from Hootie and the Blowfish, owns it. He's got a recording studio out there. They have like an artist in residence that lives out there. It's cool, man.
That is cool as shit.
It's really cool. The dude named Eddie White runs it, who is like I want to say he's like a dentist or something like that. But he's awesome, and he's tied into the music venues in Charleston.
Yeah.
So if he really loves you, I think he helps you.
Later on down the line, dude, we should figure out if you can go down there and like record, do like an album or EP kind of thing. I'll go down there with you and like just help co-engineer or whatever, and like let Baxter come, get some drummers going, maybe even sweet little JP over there. That'd be fun as hell though for you to be able to record there.
Bowens Island is a really, really cool place. Great oysters, as Floyd, my eyes are working, sort of. Floyd Eifer, 9326. Yeah, Bowens Island is cool, man. It's like this little thing out where you're going out to sort of like James Island, like Folly Beach. And you take a little turn off on the right where it's all marsh, and it's out there, and you can sit out there on the little pier and eat. It's kind of like a little, it's a neat little restaurant place.
Badass.
They used to have live music out there a good bit. I don't know if they still do. Do we have the OBX stickers in the back of our car? No.
Nah.
That's for losers. No.
I'll be honest with you.
We're just not.
That's amateur hour. I see that shit and I'm like,
We're also really far. Like Outer Banks is like 4 hours from here. You know what I mean?
I love the Outer Banks too, but it is like, I don't know. Anytime I see any of like the OBX stickers, stuff like that, I'm like, let's calm down.
I got some good friends who have a place and go out there every year.
Yeah.
And so if I was doing that, sure, but I don't. I haven't been to the Outer Banks since I was like in middle school field trip. And I still remember cutting open a squid. So, anyways.
Squids.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna? Salt Life? Nah. All these little shacket things that I like are Marshwear. They're Charleston dudes. But I love these little things.
It's kind of similar to that one jacket I've been wearing.
Yeah. I got this one and the one that's like tobacco colored as well. But Charleston is a neat place, man, and Savannah is too. In fact, there used to be Portman's Music in Savannah. Did you ever go there? It was a pretty cool spot. I've still got a guitar strap that says Portman's Music, like on the little end, like our local casino guitars.
I did go to, nobody get mad, Paula Dean's restaurant, and
yeah,
fun, weird experience, but yeah, that was great. That was also like over 10 years ago, so fun time. I went with my grandma though. It was a good time.
Charleston always makes me think of Dave Matthews because that was like everybody was, you played Dave Matthews when you were in Charleston. Salt Life like nobody's watching. Yeah, I just can't do it. Couldn't do it. When we lived there, I always used to joke with Christy because like her friends, boyfriends or husbands or whatever would always have like the little shorts with like pink whales on them, you know what I mean? And like a polo shirt.
Yeah.
And like the glasses on the little thing. And then there was me. But we all got it. It was cool. It was fun. But I always felt like a little bit out of place.
I get that. The good food, I bet. I'll be honest, it's just a weird vibe. It was, I guess it was
Outer
probably, no, going to Paula Dean's.
I can see that. Christy wanted to go there. Back when Paula Dean was like a thing,
Yeah.
like years ago.
This was like probably 3 or 4 years after the whole scandal thing.
Right.
And
which
I'm kind of like looking back at it, I'm like, this is fucked up. But it's like, she hadn't said the word. She was just saying that she had said the word at some point. anyways, that's not our place to be talking about. Anyways, what I am saying though is my grandma really wanted to go real bad because I mean obviously she like lived
right.
it. Yeah.
Demographic. Yeah.
Yeah, and we go in there and it was okay. I've had better. I'll put it that way, and I don't think that
Well,
was,
a lot of those big sort of basically corporate restaurants are like that.
that's what it felt like.
You slap a name on it. Paula Dean's not like standing in the kitchen cooking.
No, they
you know
had
what I mean?
cutout. They had cutouts of her and her family and
but
stuff.
Dude, I mean, Savannah and Charleston are full of things like that, and so is Atlanta, right? Like, because I want to say it was Atlanta. We went to like this is really funny. The Indigo Girls have a restaurant in Atlanta called like the Watershed or some shit. Yeah. And I used to have this friend that Christy and I were. They were sort of like our best friend couple, you know.
Imagine if the Spice Girls had a coffee shop.
Well, dude, we used to listen to all sorts of music, but they love the Indigo Girls, and the Indigo Girls are fine, whatever. And that Charleston was full. That was like peak Charleston vibe at one point. It was like that kind of stuff, and then later it was like Shovels or Rope, and it was that kind of like folky, acoustic, Annie DeFranco. You know what I mean? It was that kind of stuff, right? And hippie enough, And but we went to the Indigo Girls restaurant, and I think that's in Atlanta, but it was fine. It was like really overpriced, like grilled cheese kind of thing, like a fancy grilled cheese. I remember being like, okay, because I think that weekend we went to Atlanta to see U2, I think, because that was a big. They were doing that.
What year is this?
God, or like mid
2002?
Nah, like 2007 maybe, 8 somewhere in that neighborhood.
We're talking before Apple, yeah. Before they do the whole thing.
It was the Beautiful Day was big. I want to say it was the Vertigo tour, if I'm not mistaken.
Isn't it? It's funny, like we chaptered like that. Seeing them at a certain point is like, damn, they were probably on top of the world.
Muse opened though. That tour was Muse was opening half the tour, and the Black Eyed Peas were opening the other half of the tour. It was wild, dude. And hey, I'll tell you this. I'll unashamedly say it's one of the best live shows I've ever seen. Including Muse and them, it was badass.
I like U2. There's a lot of history about U2 that I know.
There is, man.
Do you know?
The Edge blew me away, dude. Because like
he's a background singer.
He plays all the stuff, but he sings like a freaking.
When you told me that, I was like,
and I was like, and then there's a part where they all leave, and it's just the Edge with an acoustic, and he sings, and you're like, damn.
And Bono's back there.
Bono, they all leave. Leave. It's just him out there, and like
gotta get out there.
50,000 people.
He's up showing me. He goes right it up.
The man sings like a bird. But anyways, it was a great live show. You got friggin' Bono's like swinging from the friggin' mic that's hanging from their giant dome thing they've built inside the stadium. And you're like, dude. But yeah, I remember that we went to do that. Yeah. And there was this weird like jazz in the aquarium thing where they use like beluga whales and sort of okay-ish jazz. And we went to the Coke Museum, and we went to the Indigo Girls restaurant.
Yeah, that's cool as fuck.
Good memories, good times.
It's fun. Seen Muse a few times, great show. I'm sure Muse is great, dude. I mean, for a 3-piece.
Do I have an original ballad that Sean could play along with you?
That's like a very, like...
I mean, I have all sorts. I have all sorts of original things. If you go, there is a version of Avalon on the channel that is just me with an acoustic guitar and a little slippy slide. That's okay. I mean, we could do the original ballad if Sean wants to do that. The Ballad of Curtis Lowe.
I'm good with whatever, man. I mean, I feel like we're hanging. I think a sweet Donnie Rod visit is about to happen.
Donnie Rod maybe is going to happen.
I don't know, though. There's no telling.
I hate to just be like, well, here's one of my songs, guys. Let me play you a tune. Let me spin you a yarn.
Let me spin you a yarn. Let me tell you a story.
I feel like I'd have to think of one of my worst songs I've ever written. And we play that. Maybe all of them. I don't know.
Nah.
I do. I feel like I have a very solid 40-minute original set that we're doing on Sunday. Yeah.
And
my band done ruined.
This is between us girls here. So Baxter is playing bass in Johnny's band, of course, right? Still. Yeah. And we're going off to do Merle Fest.
You gotta make sure at night you go, hey, go listen to John's song.
Oh, no. We're going above that. Because
hey.
I got a really good excuse. May 16th, me and Johnny are backing up, and Baxter, and JP. Sorry, I better get the whole damn crew is backing up Chelsea, Davis, Dawn, damn it. All right? It's gonna be dope. But we gotta learn 5 of Jonathan's songs, which is the majority of what they're gonna be playing over here at the Sunrise, right? So my excuse is gonna be, Baxter, we need to sit down. We need to go through these. because I need help. You see what I'm saying? Because like I can do it on my own and sit there and play through them, but I can push this motherfucker and get him right.
Push him. Sean says, this is like when I used to buy weed and the dealer would make me listen to the song you wrote. Yes, yeah, I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do it to you. Blake Shelton is going on tour with Ludacris. What? Yeah, why not? That could be it. That could be it.
What? Oh! Intro music.
Donnie Rod, you're live
Get in
now.
here, Donnie Rod, right in between.
Put the cocaine away. Oh, sorry.
Here you go, look. I'm gonna mic you up, baby. You ready? Ladies and gentlemen.
No problem.
Don Rodriguez, the Donnie Rod in the flesh.
Taylor Guitars in the house.
We could put both our mics on the table and I think it'll pick all three of us up.
It's up to you. You wanna do that?
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna set this here.
All right.
I mean,
Keep going. Here you go, Shawnee. Just set them upright.
yeah.
Set them up right.
Keep that to Don.
Set 'em up.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's smart. You're smart.
There we go.
Let's see here.
I'm gonna do mine to my cup.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's not real
Hey,
metal.
you got a Taylor.
What a
That's
son
good.
of a...
Playing a Taylor.
This is my own personal Taylor, Donnie
All
Rod,
right.
Ooh.
that I play all the time.
All right.
From 1995.
Yeah.
Also,
An 810.
this came from the bass player in my band, Nick.
What?
Thank you very much, Nick. Natural light cooler.
That's as vintage gets, baby.
That
Now,
is
hang on,
cool.
Don. We're gonna knock this down because there's real metal on this because it's vintage.
It's real.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
God bless us. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to hear. The clunk of the magnet.
Magic.
Actually, those
Beautiful.
work really good. I use
These are
that too.
killer, dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Donnie
good stuff.
Rod, Don's Adventures, dude.
Adventures with Don.
Adventures with
You
Don.
gotta do it the right way.
The right way,
It's been a heck of an adventure the last couple of weeks
I know.
too.
When you did a little trip to Italy a bit ago.
No,
right?
no, that's coming up in May.
Okay,
It's
that's
coming.
up.
Going
It's
up.
like Merlefest and then gone, right?
Yeah, I got 2 weeks till family and the 2 puppies are off to Italy for a month.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, where are you going in Italy? Take us through your.
We're going to go in and out of Milan, and we're going to do the northern Italy area, and go up into the Dolomites and hike around a little bit, Lake Como, and take some boat rides, and basically eat our way around northern Italy. So hopefully I won't gain too much weight.
I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think you'll have the famous the Don
Yeah.
drink,
Yeah.
little margarita splash
Well,
OJ.
actually,
Has it changed?
when you're in Italy, they don't do margaritas so
No.
much.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying you can bring the culture to them. You can be like,
Yeah,
guys,
we could
here's
try
what we do."
that. We could try
Do
what we
that.
do.
like they do back home.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like there's
Yeah.
plenty of good drinks in
It's
Italy.
actually a lot of
Uh,
Aperol spritz. There.
That's right.
That's
There you
what
go.
we do in Italy. So, how's it been going, guys?
Pretty
Rocking
good.
and rolling.
Pretty good, man.
How do you like the new next gen guitars?
They're awesome.
Killer.
Yeah,
I mean, all of the new Taylor stuff, I think, is a home run. It's really good.
yeah.
I like the curve feature on the Clario with the tone.
The mid sweep.
Yes. How
Yeah.
it pulls that down. That's really
That
sick.
makes
Yeah.
it super simple.
Yeah.
On the mid sweep. Yeah, that's been one of the call outs our customers really like so far, and also the extra scallop that we're doing now on the V bracing really changed the tone up just enough.
Yeah.
You know.
It added like a lot of bass presence to the
Yeah.
guitars, which is cool.
Yeah.
And it's not so much bass that it's like, oh, it's like a Martin. It's like, no, it's its own kind of.
If you
thing.
and we're talking
Right.
about like the new pickup system from Taylor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Clario.
Yeah.
Because the ES2 has been, how long has that been around?
Oh gosh,
When did that come
15
out?
years?
I mean, the ES1 was
over a decade.
a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but now,
Yeah, and it's just an evolution.
Yeah.
You know, Taylor is always evolving and trying to get better. And I think with our new collections, the way we're looking at it is, hey, if you're looking for a modern sound,
Yeah.
we've got the modern sound with the builder's editions and our standard production models.
Right.
You know, and if you're looking for a traditional sound, now with the gold labels, man, that has picked up tremendously. And we're gonna have fun at Merlefest, right?
Oh, yeah, we
are you
are.
gonna be able to make it, or
I don't think I'm
maybe?
going to make it, Donnie Rod, sadly. I've been burning it at both ends
Yeah.
with the whole building a house and moving and all that
Oh,
stuff.
that's right. That's
I
right.
think
You
if I
got-
told my family, hey guys, I'm going to see you later this weekend, They're probably
melt.
Well, did I tell you Trey Hensley's going to hang with us on Saturday?
Yes, dude, I'm pumped for that.
That's cool.
You're going to hang out with Trey?
Yeah.
You only got to talk to him. You did an interview.
Yeah, I did. We did the interview.
Yeah, he's cool. He's doing 2 shows on Saturday, and in between the shows, he's going to be with us at the Taylor booth. And I snagged the very last Trey Hensley signature model.
Nice.
With the certificate of authenticity. Ooh. Which I have for the show, so that should be cool. And a bunch of other new cool stuff that we're bringing.
I like it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see his boots. He's got cool boots.
Anthony says, I still display ukuleles in every corner of my shop because Donnie Rod taught me about cross-merchandising.
I was going to say.
GC chops, baby.
While we got you here, can you give us a little rundown of your history in the music world? Because you've been around the corner. For as young as you look, you've been here for a minute.
Yeah, I have. I started at a very young age taking music lessons at 5 years old as a drummer. Grew up, through my school life playing in bands, and then I started touring actually at 18 years old. And by the time I got to 30 years old, I decided that I wanted to settle down a little bit. So I took a job with a small company called Guitar Center for a while. When I joined Guitar Center, I joined the number 7 store. They only had 6 stores, and they were opening the 7th store, and I got hired for that. Pretty wild. So I hung with Guitar Center for over 30 years. Wow. 32 years. And in 2015, I retired from Guitar Center. Took a year off. I live in Florida, so I hung out at the beach for a while, right? That's what you do in Florida. And then I went to work for a manufacturer called In Music Brands, which is Alesis, Newmark, and a bunch of electronic brands. And then lo and behold, I get a call from, Taylor.
Cool.
Hey, Don, what's going on? What are you doing? I happen to live in Florida. They needed somebody, and I've known the Taylor family. I lived in San Diego for many, many years. I've been selling Taylor guitars since the mid-'80s. A lot of my buddies that I grew up with are at Taylor, and it was a match made in heaven. And so I've been having fun with Taylor guitars, Bob Taylor and Andy Powers and the family, Kurt Listig and everybody, and off to the races. Here we are.
Hell yeah.
And in between all that, I tried to be a rock star. You heard my one and only CD that I put out.
Listen, it was badass.
Back in the 80s,
I mean, we've seen pictures too.
Yeah. Please do not share those pictures.
JD's already got them in the chat. No, I'm just kidding.
I have been looking for the one with the leopard print pants. Because I told Skylar, it's like, Donnie Rod was a damn stud.
Yeah.
She was like, there's no way. I was like, I'm telling you, he was wearing these leopard pants.
Yeah.
Surrender.
Whoa. Just got back in. Shots.
So music business has been really good,
Hey, listen. There's one of our pals brought us a barrel. He aged. We could open that.
Dude, what are we thinking?
That's that thing.
We gonna open that, or you wanna hold on to it?
I don't care.
Let's do it. We're gonna do it. Somebody just tipped us $100 down, so we're gonna do a little party shot. That was
my
what
God.
the money was for.
Well, nothing like day drinking at 11:45.
I got some tequila over there if you need that, if that's more your speed.
Well, hey, I'm in it to win it, baby.
I know you are, dude. We're gonna crush it. I'm excited. We're gonna have fun.
We are gonna crush it. They expect about 80,000 attendees over 4 days, so that's gonna be pretty hot.
If you've never been to Merlefest in North Carolina, good old little North Wilkesboro, North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's a pretty awesome spot. I mean, and it's very low key, right? Because it's not just bluegrass really anymore. I feel like it's got the whole Americana, because it's Blackberry Smokes there this time.
Right.
We saw Tedeschi Trucks there. We've seen old Johnny Blue Skies.
Right.
Listen, you should put one of the new Taylors in Uncle Charlie's hands.
We definitely will. I'm gonna go find Uncle Charlie, dude.
Uncle Charlie is old Charlie Starr.
What I will say,
who is the kindest man, one of the kindest men.
The last 4 years I've been doing this. It's been fun to get to know Don,
hang
out with Don, learn all that, see a bunch of these cool acts. the year I didn't go was the year that Sturgill Simpson played.
And dude, he did that show, and then it was like I blew up my vocal cords. Like the next day, it was like after that was the show, right?
Yeah, we were all hanging out with Sturgill, watching the Sturgill thing.
Because we sat and watched his whole sound check, and it was great. It was great after he did that bluegrass album where he's on the lawnmower. But
bummed, dude. That I mean,
and I hadn't been since then. I don't think.
I mean,
I got fired.
Let me see.
They took on the young guy.
Yeah, you can come anytime though. You know,
no, I do. I
rented
that.
the big cabin. We got enough.
I really wanted to come this year. I really did. But like I said, my life has been. And we're opening for. I'm opening for 89 Volt on Sunday too.
Oh,
so
nice.
It's tricky.
Nice.
Tricky. All right, Sean.
All right, you ready?
It's time.
So this was given to us by a friend of Jonathan's, a friend of the shop.
He's pal of ours specking guitar.
Yeah.
And he came by on Friday, which it was a bummer because he came by and I was over there sound checking for Julie Golden, but I ran over to meet him.
He bottled this himself.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
From a unnamed, fairly famous distiller that he did it with. And they actually had to move the barrel, but that aged 9 years, I think.
That's awesome. 8 years and 3 months, and I'm going to assume you add into whatever else time has passed.
And he said if we wanted to, if we dug this, there was some higher proof stuff coming.
Let's see.
Okay.
I'm getting notes of cherries.
Oh yeah. Got the taste of it.
A big swig.
Ooh.
Is it warm going down?
It's warm, but it's also there's a coolness to it. It's strange.
There's no germs in the old whiskey.
It's smooth. There's a smoothness to it. It's definitely got like a little.
Ooh,
you got a better vocabulary for this than me.
I was gonna say.
I don't know. It went down a little warm for me.
I was like, it's tickly. I'm like, ooh.
That's good though, dude.
It's tickly, but you know, it's good sipping.
I'm emailing him as soon as we get off and be like, "That's
it's
good.
actually good sipping whiskey.
That's a good sipping whiskey, I would say."
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and if he sees
No
this,
ice
I'll be
needed.
okay.
Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is not a paid advertisement.
It is
No.
not.
Either.
No.
Yeah, he didn't know. He just bought it. You know. So yeah.
This is, you hear somebody bottled it themselves.
And you're like, eh.
I've partaken in some very odd things in the course of us doing this YouTube channel. That I've been here. This is really good. That was surprising.
Yeah.
That is surprising. I mean, like I expected it to be fine. Honestly, for being honest, but it actually is surprisingly really good, right? Like I'd sit down and sip that all night.
I would. Yeah, man. I'm gonna set that
So
right there.
there you go, man.
Hey, did you guys get the Ben Harper in yet?
We did.
And sold it.
And sold it.
You are.
Dude, last week we put out our video. Somebody came in the next day.
You know what?
That was a good guitar, dude.
I got one.
Did you?
Hell yeah.
I got one
Cool.
that I brought from Earl Fest, and it seems like every time I grab one and I show it, it's gone.
But because it like
he was
like,
cool. I met him at the NAMM show.
We kind of walked past him. But you don't want to be like, oh my God, Ben Harper. You know what I mean?
No,
Like, so got to be cool.
But actually, he's really smooth. He's a
What
mellow
helps
guy.
me with stuff like this is like I didn't know who he was, so I bumped into him, and he was so sweet. He was like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm doing great." I think I gave him a hug
You're
and
like,
everything.
what a gentle soul.
We walk out and Jonathan's like, "Do you know who that was?"
That's
I was
right.
like, "Nah,
Yeah,
he said Ben Harper." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh." I was like, "Well, that's cool." It's like,
Yeah,
nice,
if
great
you
guy.
sat down next to him at a bar, you'd never know.
No, he's a great
Never
guy.
know.
Sean
So
gets
sweet.
that with his own fans.
Yeah.
You know, people bumping into him, and he's just very, he's very generous.
Yeah,
No,
right.
seriously, I'm
Oh,
serious.
good
Wait till
times.
Merlefest. Wait till this man gets some Merlefest.
Yeah.
Can't even walk outside the booth.
Yeah.
Crowds.
Yeah, it's gonna
You're like,
be
it's
fun.
about the guitars, folks. Hey, we'll do this later.
That's right. Hey, well, listen, I'm going to go. I got to get packed up with Baxter.
We're coming over in a
So-
second too. So
We'll be
All right.
behind you, baby.
Hey, good seeing you guys online.
you're the man, Donnie Rod.
Donnie Rod, Taylor Guitars, rock on. Okay.
Boom,
Take care,
baby.
brother.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I'm glad I was repping my Taylor when you came in, Don.
That's right. Good job. Good job.
Oh
Yep.
man, dude, Donnie Rod, what a sweetheart.
Donnie Rod.
I will
Donnie
say,
Rod.
and now he's gone now, so I can say this without you thinking that I'm saying this for him.
Ned, you're damn right. Sorry, Sean. Keep going.
No, you're good.
Ned says friends with everyone except sound guys.
Don is probably my favorite rep, and I say that saying he is definitely a character, and I know he can be him, but man, I love him. I don't think there's any rep that we have that is I don't know, as much of a friend, family guy as Don is. So, yeah. I like Don. He seems nice, says Ned. That's a long review from Ned, dude.
I'm just giving you a chance for a rant here.
Oh, me? You want me to go off? It's guys like Don that makes Taylor guitars feel real, you know? Makes it feel like real. You're like, I do love this. I would party with Donnie. Yes, you would. Splash of OJ and the margarita? You serious? He's the man. He knows how it goes. He's been around. He's done it all. He was being very timid and coy about all the things he did at Guitar Center. He did a lot, and I'll put it that way. I think whenever Guitar Center was a good thing, Don had a lot to do with that, and whenever it turned into a bad thing, it was because he left. So, be thankful for your Donnie Rods out there in the universe, alright? You guys are the best. Smoky. That was really good. That's like delicious.
I kind of want another swallow.
I'm like, damn it, man.
Screw this water, JP bought me.
I mean, it is one of those things, though, like, you hear somebody tell you,
hey, I made this. You know?
Don told my first boss I wouldn't last 6 months. I took the next 15 years to prove him wrong. He's an amazing dude. I will say, I'll tell this little anecdotal story. First time I met Don, pre-COVID, Taylor Roadshow, next door in the shop.
Were you working here already?
I was working.
You were working here, okay.
I had been here for like 3 or 4 months. I was getting my shit in line. I was kind of grinding, doing my thing.
This was Baby Sean.
Doing this, setting
Before
up
he
stuff.
bloomed into the man he is today.
And this wild motherfucker comes in, and he starts barking at me. He's like, hey, you, stands now. And I was like, I looked at Baxter, I said, I ain't gonna be talked to like a fucking dog. It's like, I'm gonna tell you that. And I got real tied up about it, right? Because I came from the boat shop. It was a whole different vibe, right? So I was very like, I was high strung at that point. So we're going through, we're running and doing all this. And throughout the night, I'm like, this motherfucker he's got one more time to talk to me like I'm his bitch, and I'm gonna lose it. And I think by the end of the night, we had went out. Who was the guy that used to do all the Taylor Roadshow?
Mark Steele.
That guy is there, and he took me to the side, and he was like, hey, man, I just want to say thank you for everything that you're doing. This is amazing. You're great. Gave me a little bit of a pep talk that you need whenever you're still too much of a teenager in the back of your mind. And we go out to dinner, and we're all talking, and I cracked the code to something for me mentally there with Don and Mark that night, which, you know, Mark was one of those people, like, talking to, and you met Mark a bunch of times now.
Mark's a super kind of guy, and he's a stupid good player.
Yeah.
That was about the time where they were pushing the T5Z really hard, and Mark was like the guy to demo that because he could do all the.
Yeah.
He looks kind of like Keith Urban.
He
plays like his own
say
bitch.
that. He's like, I'm the short Keith Urban. But
he's a great player.
He's an awesome player, yeah. And we all had like a really good conversation, and it was awesome. And I kind of realized it was like, everybody wants this to be the best that it can be, for the grander vision of what is happening. So
I think when you can shift your mindset to that in situations, and not like me against, I should probably do this. Is probably my problem with the sound guy. Not really. Really, he's an asshole. But
no, this guy sucks. Yeah, sound guy sucks. Yeah,
but I should try. But I think that's a big thing.
Yeah.
That everybody, hey, it's not that, you know.
Yeah, oh yeah.
This person is, you know, everybody's just trying in their own way. Sometimes slightly misguided.
Yeah.
But, you know,
everybody's trying to make it the best that they can see to be, and you know, Don is one of those guys. He's one of those dudes that he comes from an era, and whenever you can see that and realize, oh shit, okay, in the way that he's presenting this to you, it means a lot. So, yeah, love Donnie Rod. I don't know how much longer we got with him repping and doing that stuff.
I know.
That I'm like, damn, whoever has to replace
just keep
this
on
fucker,
doing it.
Because some of these motherfuckers, dude, I won't get into the details, but You know, it's about damn aggravating as hell. It's like,
what thin line tellies do I need to try? Man, the thin lines are they're hit or miss, dude. Like, unless you get an old one, and then sometimes you just find a magical one. I mean, other than like the one-off custom shop ones. You know what I mean? Like, that's a tricky thing because they just kind of are.
Well, speaking of thin lines, give me 1 second. This might be one of the last things we touch on. I opened this up the other day. I forgot that we got.
Can you pull harmonics while on a slide? There's some things you can do, and I don't know if I can do it on an acoustic, where you can like hit the harmonic and then slide into it, and I can't really. It's a lot easier on an amp. I kind of did it, but
He said,
you know.
Speaking of thin lines.
But anyways, now here's a cool thin line. It's not a thin line telly.
It's not a thin line telly. But I think it's kind of cooler than a thin line telly because you don't really see these. And also, I feel like most of the time I see these, they're top bound.
Yep.
So that they can hide, where they're putting them together at. But I don't think that was the issue here. So, this is killer. This is by Austin McNutt. It's not on the website yet.
It's stupid good, though.
It is fucking insane.
But, right, I like your moonshine story. Nothing like moonshine out of a bleach bottle. Yeah, no, it's good.
A loud fucking guitar.
I mean, I feel like I've played some really good thin line tellies, but I don't know that I can point to one like here's the model.
Yeah. I mean,
because I'm not sure there is one. You know what I mean? Like I mean, was there an American, or was there an American original, or was it when they came out with the AVI 2s first? Which one had the thin lines in it?
The American originals, they jumped into that 70s realm right at the tail end.
Right at the end.
Right at the end. It was like all the 70s.
But I don't know that I ever really got to play one very much.
I didn't either. I remember us having a Telly Deluxe that came in that was American original. That was really good.
It was. I was.
Yeah, you
actually
remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
I like that guitar. My wheels were turning on that guitar. But I tell you, we've got a thin line custom shop, I believe, right now.
Yeah.
But it's like a crazy master build with a Bigsby and
the Bigsby P90 in the neck. Yeah. I was showing that to somebody the other day.
But see, you can't be like, go play one of these because it's a one-off. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like, I've even played. Here's the problem with the older, like the Made in Mexico when they were doing them for a while. They didn't really have wide range humbuckers. They were just humbuckers with the covers because they weren't doing the Kunifi thing. They hadn't came back with that yet. Yeah. Right. So,
with them bringing back those Kunifi pickups, they're killer. I love them. I got a Curtis Novak one in that telly that I play. It's badass. I actually tested that last night before I decided to play the Reverend. And I was like, damn, it's a good guitar. It's loud. It's crazy how hot that thing is compared to the Reverend, which I put the Castadosa Special Master Design Stephanie Lopez humbuckers in. Jack Stowe hooked me up with that guitar, and that is a killer guitar. Love it.
Pretty amazing. Ed, I'm going to answer your question. He's asking about a triad class. Listen, I've got a lot of triad videos up right now free on my YouTube channel. Not Casino. You got to go find Jonathan Robinson. You'll know it's me. But they're in there. You got to dig for them. You got to just go back. But so we talked about how in the members thing, I think we're going to do a tier where you just get a bunch of like my lesson. Like I'm going to do some lesson courses. Like and triads will definitely be one of them because I use triads a lot, and I can't decide yet in how I'm laying it out if it's going to be part of the sort of like bigger picture improvising class, like tracked, or if I'm going to do it as like a pentatonics one, like an improvising thing separate. Because I'm big and I love pentatonics. I'm big on changing them to diatonic scales. I like triads, so I'm still deciding exactly how I'm going to put that out, but that is coming. So when that happens, we will. And I do private lessons. It's just a little tricky sometimes on.
I'm just gonna say, in the meantime, obviously
on Skype or FaceTime or whatever,
we got to get through this week.
Yeah.
But I would be more than happy to do a members only stream because I have some pretty big like obtuse opinions about triads, and I think me and you have not done something together like I have taken like pseudo lessons from you throughout my
but they're usually just like
us talking.
Sit down over there and hey, we'll try this thing, and then you go do it yourself. I just kind of point you.
I would love to like approach that in a live stream setting with all y'all being able to watch it and take it in, because like I'm somebody, controversial opinion. I am kind of like, I hear everybody talk about triads. Nobody really just understands that it's a chord and it's how you build the chord. And I kind of have taken a shittier take to that, where I'm like, get fucked. Like
kind of like Cage, because I don't hate. I mean, I just feel like Cage just like
it's so over. But, yeah, it's like
there are triads that I use a lot, but it's not really there. It's not. Yeah, we'll talk about it. I'll tell you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Where's that vintage ukulele we just took it?
In the closet behind the counter. Like, you got to go through the curtain, and it's right there on the floor.
Really, like where the fridge is and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, funny. How much are we asking for that?
$100.
All right, well, I'll do that. Is it ukulele?
It's a baritone ukulele.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. It's in harmony.
Okay, I'll be back. Thanks, guys.
If you sell that, that's hilarious. We'll be over there in a second. But yeah, we'll do that. That'll be fun. You know,
because and maybe we save it for the live stream, because there's some of the things I want to preface with that is that it's more so. I know I took the time to learn all the notes on the fretboard.
Yeah.
Right. That wasn't because somebody told me that or anything. I just wanted to. That was a part of me. So I am very like, fuck you. I know G chord. You know, I know G chord. Right. If I come up here, G chord, like G chord. Anyway, sorry, not to be an asshole, but to simply say, if you know all the notes, you know how to build those 3-chord shapes.
If you know how to build a chord.
That's
but
yes.
It's once you know it, I feel like it's easy to simplify that. I'm like, just build a chord. But so we'll talk through that.
That's why.
I will tell you this, right? Like, I just played a show we had a local singer-songwriter on. She was on The Voice. She's done really well. She plays all the time. She works really hard. Her name is Julie Golden. You can go check her out. She just had a new single come out. But she did a show at the Sunrise Theater. She headlined it. I played guitar for her. It's like a guest thing. She had all local people play. And, you know, she's got a guy that normally plays guitar with her, and he's doing a lot of rhythm stuff and electric guitar still, but using a capo, which is great for the parts he was playing. Everything was in, like, B flat, E flat. I didn't use a capo any because I live in the triad shapes. Because they don't need me playing chunky stuff, because he's doing it. She's playing acoustic half the time. Had a good bass player. So, like, in my brain, like, on that stuff, that's where the triads, like, really come in handy. Because I am playing rhythm parts, but I'm playing them all that way. Like, now, when I'm playing with the trio by myself, I'm not playing, like, a bunch of triads, because I want to sound bigger. You know, I mean, I am some, but, you know, and then I think about the triads when I'm actually jamming and improvising a bit. And I think, those are just called arpeggio.
I was going to say, yeah, like, I think of it like, that's, yeah, we'll save some of this for the
we can talk to it, but I'll walk you through, like, because I think the real thing for it, like, is when you're playing with other people, man, the triads are sort of like,
yeah,
like, or when you're playing in the context of a band, like, the triads are pretty awesome. Like, and not just because you sit there and play triads the whole time. I think that's kind of the wrong way to learn them necessarily. But
well, see, that's the thing. I feel like I have been so.
It's just like modes, right? Everybody talks about them, and then you realize the way they talk about them is like the absolute, like, ass backwards way to, like, think about them and use them.
And that's been my thing. I've gone out and I've seen guys play at some of these shows where it is like original music, and they're like, "Well, I'm playing blah blah blah." I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, play your damn guitar. Like, that's kind of where I fall with it. And it's not because it's like a lack of understanding, but it's more of like you're playing a D shape right here. And you're like, oh, it's a G because I'm playing a G triad here. It's
I will tell you this, right? I'll give you this little tiny information to leave you with that I make all my students. I present this to them as a game, right?
Yep.
So I do a G right here as what I'd call an F shape, like on the D, G, and B strings.
Yep.
And if you wanted to make that minor, it's this, right? And I just make them, so I make them go through the G major scale. G. That's 5, 4, 3. And it's really G, B, D. And then I make them go A minor, which is A, C, E, and it makes them learn the names of the notes in the chorus. Like, that's on the 7, 5, 5. Then you got B minor is the 3. It's and I'm doing this fast kind of on purpose because we'll do a little longer one about it. Then 9, 7, 7 is B minor. Then 10, 9, 8, C, E, G is your C chord. That's the 4. Then you just slide over 2 more because it's major, minor, minor, major. Major for the 5 is the D. Then the E minor is right here. It's 12, 14, 14. And then your diminished thing would be like 16, 14, 13. And then if you can reach it and you're not playing acoustic guitar, you know, back to your G. So what I make them do is I make them practice that. Just picking them out. But then the game is this. You want to be able to visualize, in this case, G. And it can be pentatonic scale or G major, you know, scale, whatever. And then wherever they are, play the triad and then a lick. Here's your C. Then the D. E minor. We'll skip the diminished chord because it's way up there and it's hard to reach on the acoustic. But I just make them do that back and forth and then play a new lick every time. So, because all you want to be able to do is when you play the triad, be able to visualize the notes and the scale around it. You know? And I'm not changing scales. Every one of those is G major slash G major, E minor, pentatonic, G major, pentatonic. It's all just in that world. So if you start messing around with that, you'll learn.
Well, see, that to me is like that. That's how I kind of learned it, was like through those things. And I just think some people hear the word triads and they go about it in this weird ass way that I'm like, man, you're adding so many extra steps. Like, why not just think of it similar to that, where you know your scale degrees and you kind of push through it. But it'll be really cool to see you teach it because you do such a good job.
We'll do it, and we'll explain the basic, because music. Lord of the Nerd says basic music theory goes a tremendous way. What is nice is to see it used in application. I 100%. So we'll do that. We'll do that soon. When Sean gets back from Merle Fest, which will be Sunday, and I get done with Eddie, which will be Sunday night. Next week we'll do a little. I hate for it to be just members, but it might be members. But we'll see. You know,
we'll talk about it. We'll see. And
we'll see, because I know some of you guys that want to see it are not.
And I'm even okay.
Members.
Yeah, we'll talk about it some more. I think there's a way to maybe make it to where it's like live stream friendly for all of you guys, so that it's not. I don't like the idea of it being like paywalled, but it is like some of the things, because like, you know, we're working with Johnny to get some courses up and stuff on members. Like, we want there to be more of an intrinsic value to it, and we've been working towards that.
Yeah.
But also we want to be able to offer you guys things that is knowledgeable on our regular free live streams. You know, it's just hard. We're trying to figure out how to make it work within our schedules without it taking up the time where it is like you'll be teaching lessons or having to go play gigs.
Yeah, right.
Which is exactly where you make your money to just live. So it's like, we're figuring it out.
But that's the thing. If you remember, we want it to have value too. You know
Absolutely.
What I mean? Now, Tom says, I think for a newbie, learning what theory to learn is one of the hardest parts. For years, and I'm talking about like 20 years, I've wanted to make what I would just want to call applied music theory for guitarists. Uncle Larry talks about like street theory that they talk. Yeah. And so maybe my course should just be geared towards that. Yep. Just like applied, because some of it, right, it can get in the weeds. And then,
totally.
But if you get the basic stuff, the weed stuff is fun.
Yep.
But you got to have the basic stuff, or none of it makes sense.
I was going to say, knowing what key you're in, knowing the relative minor key to that major key, or vice versa.
That unlocks everything, and then knowing what you can do in those keys. Just how that's just like learning like a language. That's all.
Diatonic, pentatonic, all that. Yeah.
Ed Schnurr, I think you just hit that button on underneath this video that says join, and then that'll let you become a member, and you just sign up, and then it just takes out the $1.99 a month, once a month until you cancel. But you try not to be a scam, so it's pretty easy. But anyways. So you got, Circle of Fists is cool. Circle of Fists is some really neat patterns. The tricky part about the Circle of Fists is learning all that stuff and how the heck you apply it. Because I see people teach it all the time and never ever touch on what it on here.
Does it matter?
So anyways, we'll do all that shit. But,
so many people I've talked to who are like,
all the Circle of Fists.
I don't understand what the hell it does.
The key to the universe is right there. But anyways, we better go so these boys can hit the road, and it's lunchtime. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you sometime soon. God bless you. Hit like, hit subscribe, share. Now we're working on we'll get the stuff out about the new giveaway. We'll get Kind of Bonsai's guitar out today. You guys rock. Talk to you soon.